What's going on, NBA fans? We are live here for the 2026 NBA trade deadline. We'll be giving you guys nonstop coverage for the next 3 hours as we wait and see some of the blockbuster moves to be made here in the NBA. Could Giannis finally be traded from the Milwaukee Bucks? Will Ja Morant potentially be traded? And then also recap all of the trades that have gone down. Is probably the biggest team that has been making moves here has been the Chicago Bulls, as the Chicago Bulls have acquired 9 second-round picks over the last week, and now they have a total of 14. And also, we're getting a report right now from Shams Charania saying the Milwaukee Bucks have indicated to teams that they are keeping Giannis Antetokounmpo through the NBA trade deadline. Holy cow. That is... And the NBA trade deadline just died as we go live here, as the Bucks have informed teams that they are keeping Giannis. Holy cow. That is unbelievable. That is insane. But if you guys could, shout out your city for me. Got producer Dylan on the ones and twos hanging out with us. But the Chicago Bulls, biggest sellers so far of the deadline, they traded Dosunmo to the Minnesota Timberwolves for Rob Dillingham and not a single first-round pick. They got 4 second-round picks, and the Bulls can't even truly tank right. From the Minnesota Timberwolves front, though, I think this was an absolute steal. Great move. But shout out from Chicago, coming from Myron Bird, Portland, Oregon, from Davisky, Philadelphia, from Desmond. And we have a trade coming in here from Shams Charania. The Milwaukee Bucks have agreed to trade Cole Anthony and Amir Coffey to the Phoenix Suns for Nick Richards and Nigel Hayes-Davis. Nigel Hayes, you know. College basketball legend here. But Dylan, do you have any thoughts on the NBA trade deadline? Is pretty much dead here with 3 hours to go.
I would say it's been pretty tame so far. I mean, the biggest domino that could still fall is Ja Morant, because Memphis is just acquiring picks. And look, if they're going through a whole rebuild, what's the point of him being there still?
Yeah, I believe Memphis has 13 first-round picks over the next 7 seasons. So, hey, Bulls fans, that's how you do a rebuild correctly, is you trade guys before everybody thinks you're going to trade them. But I'll ask you guys this. We have already gotten, I believe, 3 trades today now. So we're at 3. Do you guys think it will be more or less than 9.5 trades today? Give me an M for more or give me an L for less, as we do have the tweet from Shams here. We'll throw that up on screen for you guys here in a second. Arturas, Nico, Karnisovas, Harrison. Who's worse, Nico Harrison or Arturas Karnisovas? You guys let me know down below. You guys are going more. We got Mark giving a less down below. More than 9.5 guards on the Bulls roster. But here's the bombshell. Right as we're going live, the Milwaukee Bucks have indicated to teams that they are keeping Giannis Antetokounmpo through the trade deadline and will start making other trades. There we go. And we'll get that other trade for you guys here in a second. Unbelievable. This is incredible. But if you guys could, hit that thumbs up icon. We got 170 people watching on the Bulls Report and 175 watching on our main Chat Sports YouTube channel. So if you guys could, help us out here. Dylan and I will be rocking and rolling with you guys for the next 3 hours. So hit that thumbs up icon for us. Get this stream out to more and more Bulls and NBA fans. And they are keeping Giannis Antetokounmpo. We are a joke of a franchise. The Chicago Bulls, I mean, listen, I have been so critical of this team for the last 3 seasons, and a lot of you guys, always said, Patrick, you're always being too negative about the Bulls. Why do you always have to shine a bad light on this team? And for the biggest reason is because the people who are in control, the decision makers in the Bulls front office, are the worst in the NBA. Arturas Karnisovas and Mark Eversley, the fact that these two still have jobs is a complete joke. They're cool with being mediocre. The Bulls have 10 guards on the roster and 14 second-round picks. They are a complete joke. Arturas Karnisovas is a complete joke. And the Chicago Bulls, we'll dive through all the trades here in a second. But unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Here's what the Bulls look like right now. I mean, they're starting 5 of Josh Giddey, Collin Sexton, Isaac Okoro, Modest Buzelis, and Jalen Smith. I mean, the Bulls are going to tank, so hopefully they can get lucky in the draft lottery. But look at the guards they have. Giddey, Sexton. I mean, Okoro, 6'5". You can count him as a guard. Rob Dillingham, Trey Jones, Jaden Ivey, Anthony Simons. I mean, it is a disaster here in Chicago. I mean, the IO trade was absolutely disgusting. The fact that you couldn't get a first-round pick for one of the better two-way guards in the NBA. Maybe the Bulls signed a handshake agreement with Adam Silver, and they're like, hey, we'll trade all of these guys. We got to guarantee us get a top 3 pick in the NBA draft. But it's a joke, man. The Chicago Bulls are a disaster. So if you guys could, hit that thumbs up icon for us, like today's stream, and we'll fly through every single trade that has happened here. There's been a lot. A lot of trades have happened. Anthony Davis getting moved to the Washington Wizards. Ayo Dosunmu going to the Minnesota Timberwolves. We'll talk about it all here in a second. But let me tell you guys about today's presenting sponsor. Shout out to our partners over there at Prize Picks. And the big game is almost here. And there's no better way to cash in during America's biggest sporting event than Prize Picks, where it always feels good to be right. And since the big game is right around the corner, that also means it's your last chance to get into the football action before next season. So close the season outright with Prize Picks by getting $50 instantly in lineups when you pay your first $5. Just make sure you guys use promo code CLNS. Now, I love Prize Picks because you guys can find your community on Prize Picks. With the new social feeds feature, you can share Prize Picks with your friends and copy lineups from winners with a single click. Copy lineups you like or use them as inspiration for your own picks. You can even follow Prize Pick partners like us and tail or fade our picks with just one click. And they got a big game max discount for you guys where one Drake May passing yard will get you guys one win on Prize Picks. Make sure you guys include this into all of your lineups leading up to the big game. And also they have a brand new feature called early payouts. So if your player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. So download the Prize Picks app today. Plug in promo code CLNS. Get $50 in lineups after you put your first $5. That's promo code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you put your first $5 lineup. Shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's show. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. All right, if you guys could, shout out your favorite team for me down below in the comment section. Got 200 people watching on the Bulls Report and 180 people watching here on the Chat Sports channel. We'll dive through all of the trades here in just a second. Myron saying Garpax was the worst. Garpax would run laps around Arturis and Mark Eversley. They're the worst front office in the National Basketball Association. And honestly, if I'm the NBA, I think they should force the Bulls to sell. Like, they should force Reinsdorf to sell this team because the Bulls are a cash cow. Like, they got some of the best fans in the league. There's no doubt about it. And it's over. Giannis to the Bulls is possible? No, the Bucks have informed teams that they're keeping Giannis through the NBA trade deadline, so that trade is dead. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But shout out your favorite team for me. We got Phil saying the Warriors. Bargon saying the Celtics. Batman saying the Bucks. Phil saying, are the Warriors going to make any more moves? Possibly. I could see that being the case. We need Ryan Poles to be the Bulls GM too. I bet you Ryan Poles could do a better job than Arturis and Mark Eversley. But we got Christian saying the Bulls. Shout out to you, Christian. Man, what a time, man. What a time. What is that noise that we got going on? Sounds like somebody's sawing something. I think the next door. Lottery luck or only saver. You related to Kevin Huerter? No, I'm not related to Kevin Huerter. I know you guys like to say I look just like Kevin there. But the front office needs to get fired. I'm with you. Bulls should start all over. Fire Mark Eversley and Billy Donovan. 100% agree, Isaiah Thompson. Appreciate you for tuning in. This front office is horrible. T-Wolves be hard to beat with Ayo there now. I will say the Timberwolves got a complete steal. I mean, their backcourt now of DiVincenzo, Ant, Ayo, even a guy like Jalen Clark off the bench. Like, Timberwolves are a huge player now in the Western Conference. But yeah, Shams also tweeting out saying over the last week, the Bucks have been focused on incoming calls for Giannis and canvassing the NBA for smaller salary trades. Milwaukee remains in trade talks to complete potentially more on the ladder here on deadline day. So there we go. Who do you think won the Kristaps Porzingis trade? I think both teams lost. I don't understand that whatsoever. So let's dive into all these trades here. we'll fly through them all, get you guys caught up with everything that has happened so far in the NBA. I mean, James Harden going to the Cavs. I mean, there's a lot to talk about here. So we'll take the next 30 minutes or so, discuss these trades. Dylan and I will give our thoughts on these and just keep you guys posted. So the first trade that went down, this was about 2 weeks ago. Trae Young going to the Washington Wizards, and the Atlanta Hawks are receiving C.J. McCollum and Corey Kispert. I don't know. I feel like both these teams, this is just an okay trade. Clearly the Wizards, I mean, we'll talk about the move for Anthony Davis here, but like they still have the first-round pick next year, so I think Washington's assuming to build a lineup around Trae Young, Anthony Davis, Bilal Coulibaly, and Anthony Davis there. So we'll see what they decide to do here to round out today's trade deadline. But then this trade happened where, I'll tell you what, the Kings and the Bulls. I mean, if you want to shed salary, if you want to make your team better, call up Vivek and call up the Chicago Bulls. The Sacramento Kings and the Chicago Bulls are a complete joke. Both these teams are horrible. Horrible. I mean, this is a great trade for the Cavs. Cavs are able to get under the tax. They also picked up Keon Ellis. This is a great trade. And the Bulls just look stupid yet again. Same with the Sacramento Kings. These guys are absolutely horrific. Horrific.
I feel like this Bulls move is kind of forgotten now with all the other trades that they made. I mean, Sarge isn't even on the team anymore.
No, Sarge is now on the Detroit Pistons. But, hey, they got 2 second-round picks, Dylan. When you can trade for 9 second-round picks in 7 days, you have to if you're an NBA franchise. But this is just awesome. This is awesome for the Bulls. But then this trade happened. I actually like this from the Trailblazers front. Krejci's a good player, but again, this is kind of a nothing burger as well. We see second-round picks be thrown around the NBA just help facilitate these deals. But Krejci going to the Portland Trailblazers, kind of like that from Portland's front. Also from the Bulls front, could be rooting for the Trailblazers to make the playoffs. And the Bulls, if that happens, they could potentially have 2 first-round picks, and then also they get the Pelicans second-round picks. So they could possibly have 3 picks in the top 35 of this year's draft. So that was a move, but this is another blockbuster here, Dylan. Jaren Jackson Jr. going to the Utah Jazz. So they're trying to build a core of Jackson, Keontae George, and Lauri Markkanen and Walker Kessler. You got any thoughts on this here?
I mean, for Jaren Jackson to get out of Memphis, that's good for him. I mean, Utah is kind of an up-and-coming team. They've been nailing the draft as of recently. So, I mean, I have no problems with it. And the Grizzlies just getting younger. Walter Clayton, this is his first year in the NBA. Give him some time to develop, give him more playing time.
Taylor Hendricks, a decent defensive piece.
And, I mean, the Grizzlies get 3 first-round picks in return. So I'm sure they take that every single day.
I just can't believe what the Bulls have done. I mean, you got a team like the Grizzlies. Jaren Jackson's a better piece than the Bulls have, obviously, but 3 firsts for Jaren Jackson. Like, that's how you do it. You move off a guy, after you just gave him a mega extension. Like, the Grizzlies just gave him a 5-year deal, and you move off him. So, just unbelievable. Unbelievable. But kick it to this next deal. It's a 3-teamer with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Timberwolves didn't get anything in this trade, but they sent Mike Conley and Jaden Ivey to the Chicago Bulls. So Bulls get 2 more guards, 2 of their 10 guards on the team. But then the Pistons also got Kevin Huerter, Dario Saric, and a first-round protected pick swap. Again, the Pistons somehow got a first-round pick in this trade and not the Chicago Bulls. Unbelievable. Doesn't make too much sense. Pistons front, I like them getting another shooter. But again, not a big-time move. Now, big-time move here for the Bulls. Finally traded Nikola Vucevic. That was great. And honestly, I think this is the best move the Bulls have made this entire deadline. You get Anthony Simons. You get a second-round pick that will probably be the New Orleans Pelicans. It's more favorable of, I think it was the Pelicans, the Timberwolves, the Knicks, and I think the Nuggets. So it'll probably be the Pelicans' second-round pick. So that's a good pick to have. Also like Anthony Simons, probably the best player the Bulls have traded for. We'll see what the Bulls do. I mean, I think I have so many guards that are just elite scorers. I don't know.
They're the best small ball rotation in the NBA.
They got the best LA Fitness lineup in the NBA. Like, if you just had to go look at guards, like doing off-season workouts, I mean, the Bulls got unbelievable. Also, quick note here before we move on. Shams Charania, he is a complete joke. This guy's just a mouthpiece for ESPN, obviously. I mean, him hyping up this whole deadline around Giannis and saying, like, oh, he's finally ass out. Like, a Giannis trade is finally going to happen. And then 3 hours before the deadline, nothing happens. I mean, he just does this for clicks. We talk about clickbait a lot here in the modern sports media era. Shams Charania is the biggest clickbaiter in sports media history. Ever. I mean, really? Ever. Dylan? So Dylan is a Knicks fan. Does this trade scare you at all? Like having Boston pick up Vooch, or how are you feeling about this?
I mean, they hadn't really had like a solid center. I mean, Boston this year, we only thought like, oh, Tatum's out. It's the Knicks that year. But now, like, Boston's building something again, and Tatum's going to get back healthy.
Yep.
They're going to get scary again. I mean, the Knicks beat them when they were healthy last year.
Yep.
I still think the Knicks need to make another move because their bench has been suspect at times. But, yeah, Vooch could come into Boston and be an immediate impact. He has a great offensive presence. It's really just he's kind of like Cat. He doesn't have good defense,
totally.
and he's not a winning basketball player in that regard.
So, Dylan, do you know who the favorite in the Eastern Conference is by any chance?
Is it the Pistons now?
Pistons are not. A shocker here, and we'll get to this trade. The Cleveland Cavaliers are the favorites in the Eastern Conference after they had this trade. I don't understand this at all. I think this mainly I think this says two things. I think this shows the Cavaliers a little scared that Donovan Mitchell might leave. When he becomes a free agent, I think this is them being like, hey, we got to take advantage of this year or 2-year window. As we are getting another trade here from the Boston Celtics. Chris Boucher going to the Utah Jazz. So I'll add that to the list once we get to it in about 30 minutes here. But this trade, I don't know. You got any thoughts on this? Darius Garland going to the Clippers. I kind of like this for
I'd say
both teams.
I think I like him more for the Clippers.
I do too.
I think Darius Garland is a really good player. He got injured last year, and it kind of derailed what he was building towards. But I kind of think of this as like the Clippers gave up SGA. This is their new SGA. Darius Garland's a playmaker. He's a really good point guard, and I think he's going to fit in. And the Clippers, they're an old team right now. They need to get younger, and they just did that.
10 years younger than James Harden, too. Clippers have been playing good basketball. You know what, though? I will give James Harden credit. This dude's not afraid to ask out. I think Nick Wright had the quote, James Harden is an all-time great player. We can all agree on that. Like the peak Harden in Houston, he was the most unguardable player in NBA history. He's also an all-time great playoff choker, and he's an all-time great quitter. He has quit on 4 organizations. The Rockets, the Sixers, the Nets, and now the Los Angeles Clippers. This guy's one of the best talents we've ever seen in the NBA. Also, I do, from Cleveland's perspective, I do like this a little bit in terms of like Harden's your third option. That's not bad. Harden's had a good year. He hasn't been playing good over the last month. I think he's shooting 39% from the field, 24% from downtown. So I don't mind this trade for either ball club here.
You just don't know how much longer that Harden has.
Exactly. I think the wall's coming. But, I mean, I could see. I mean, I'll tell you what. Cavs, Knicks still in the playoffs. I mean, Jalen Brunson's kind of had Donovan Mitchell's number. Both times they squared off in the playoffs, even dating back to when Brunson was with the Dallas Mavericks. And Donovan Mitchell was with the Jazz. Got the better of him there. And then I think it was 3 years ago now where he got the better of him, Knicks versus Cavs. So that's a matchup that should be a lot of fun. James Harden back at MSG. I'll tell you what. I'm calling it right now. Knicks will be up 3-2 in this series. It's going to be Game 6. It'll be in New York or in Cleveland, assuming the standings hold. And James Harden will go 2 for 12. Yeah, I mean, it's going to happen. It happens every single year.
I mean, Donovan Mitchell always goes off against them. He loves the Garden.
He does love the Garden. And we'll see if Mobley takes a step. I think there's going to be huge there. But we'll see. We'll see. We do have a super chat coming in on the Bulls side of things. We'll get to that after we discuss this Mavs-Wizards trade here. Shout out to Big Dumper. We'll give you some love here in a second. We'll discuss a little bit around the Chicago Bulls, but the most active team at the NBA trade deadline. 6 trades made for Chicago so far. But this trade, I will give the Mavs credit here. They were able to get 2 first-round picks. Now, one of them's the Thunder pick for next season, so I'll probably be around 28 to 30. Also got the Lakers pick in this one, so about fake first-round picks necessarily. Will be low. Or no, this is a Warriors pick, I believe. The other first rounder that's top 20 protected, so not too good of draft capital they got, but at least they got picks. I mean, they got 2 first-rounders for necessarily a negative asset in Anthony Davis. Also got 3 seconds on that one. But, yeah, Chris Middleton, A.J. Johnson, Malachi Branham, and Marvin Bagley going to the Dallas Mavericks. So they're fully resetting. Then the Wizards get D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Davis, Jaden Hardy, and Dante Exum. As we'll say from the Wizards front, I respect losing organizations when they actually try to win games. And that's what the Wizards are doing. They're going to have a top 5 pick next year probably with Trae Young, with Anthony Davis. If he can stay healthy, I don't mind it. But Big Dumper coming in. What's going on, man? Saying, I can stomach the Kobe White trade. But the IO one really hurts. He was a Chicago native, a spark off the bench, and the only guard who plays defense. I agree with everything you just said. Everybody show Big Dumper some love down below in the live chat. Appreciate you for sending that in. But, yeah, I can stomach the Kobe White trade. Kobe White, I think, was a very talented offensive player, but I didn't really think he played defense whatsoever. He's kind of a black hole with the basketball. But the IO trade hurt. We can show that right after this. Just discuss that for a little bit because the IO trade, that one hurt me, man. Big Dumper, I'm with you. Shout out to you, though. Hey, again, if you guys want to super chat, support the show, we'll be live here for the next 2.5 hours. Just hit the dollar icon below. Show Dylan and I some love as we'll be rocking and rolling with you guys for the next 2.5 hours here. But, yeah, Big Dumper, like the Kobe White trade, I'm cool with. You were able to get Collin Sexton on an expiring deal. You're able to get 3 second-round picks. I like that move, but the IO trade, what are we doing? Rob Dillingham, Leonard Miller, and 4 second-round picks? 4 second-round picks. Why? A consolidation trade has to happen for the Bulls. They have 14 second-round picks. Are they just going to have a roster of all? Is it just going to be Buzelis and 14 second-round picks? That's going to be their 15. Rob Dillingham, not the biggest fan of him. Listen, Rob Dillingham's a great offensive talent. However, the guy can't guard anybody. I mean, he weighs about 150 pounds. I don't really think he's that good of a basketball player. I think he kind of fits in the same bucket of Zach LaVine, Kobe White, where they're very skilled offensive players, but still on the basketball court, they're a net negative. So I didn't really understand this one from the Bulls. I thought you could have got more. I think Dosunmo from the Timberwolves front, this is an absolute steal. I mean, the Timberwolves in the Western Conference now, they know they got to load up. They know that they have to go make a move to compete with the Thunder, to compete with the Denver Nuggets, and the San Antonio Spurs now, Dylan. I mean, Dylan's a Spurs guy as well. All those guards they have in San Antonio, now that at least they have a guy in Io and DiVincenzo, all 3 elite defensively. But this trade just makes no sense. This is what you got for Dosunmo. Dosunmo is a 15-point-a-game guy. He's shooting 45% from 3. He's elite in transition, and he's also a hell of a defender. I don't understand this from the Bulls. He's just re-sign him if this was the package you were going to get. You still need good basketball players, but you go get Rob Dillingham? I just don't understand this at all. 4 second-round picks, it's just bad, man. It's just bad. But we'll see. We'll see what the Bulls decide to do. Rob Dillingham for Dosunmo and Julian Phillips. But you guys grade this trade for us down below. This is probably the biggest trade that's gone down today. Bulls fans, give me your grade, A, B, C, D, or F. From the Bulls side, probably give this about a D. At least the Bulls have direction. But from the Timberwolves, I think this is an A+++, as Bajeen saying Bulls have no plan, F-. Myron saying F for the Bulls. Nintendo Masters saying F-. Shout out to you, Nintendo. Andy saying Z. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, no Giannis. D for Io. Yeah, this is a bad trade. Yeah, Chris Boucher. I know, blockbuster. Chris Boucher going to the Utah Jazz there. But Details are to be announced. Kings Tower, Chicago saying C. AK is literally living off hype of drafting Jokic, thinking he can repeat it. That's a good thought. Maybe Arturas thinks that he can just somehow land a Jokic in Chicago with 14 second-round picks. 14 second-round picks. Io could have been built around. I mean, come on, Bulls. I agree. Like, the three untouchables for the Bulls, in my opinion, or two. I thought it was Buzelis and Io Dosunmu. I don't get it. And he's also a Chicago native. Like, he played his high school hoops at Morgan Park. Was great for the Illini at U of I. Just don't understand this one at all from the Bulls side of things. Why is P. Will still on my team? Well, because nobody wants the $18 million per year that he makes. Trade P. Will for the Bears for a 5th-round pick? You think Patrick Williams, maybe he could play some wide receiver for Chicago? Nintendo Master saying Io was the best player now on roster full bust that will fail. I agree, my friend. I agree. But yeah, Chris Boucher, this was a trade that just came in. We also have the Suns-Bucks trade, I believe, where they got Nick Richards. At this point, do we just waive P. Will, just a stretch wave of Patrick Williams? Could be a bad idea. Nah, you're good, Mike. I've been ranting about the Bulls for about 4 seasons now. Giannis is staying. Mandy Marie. Too many guards. Yeah. When you can have 11 guards and 14 second-round picks, you can do it. But hey, this trade for the Bucks, as they're trying to make Giannis happy, they get Nick Richards and Nigel Hayes from the Phoenix Suns. Kind of like this move for Phoenix. Like, Amir Coffey's a decent piece, and Cole Anthony's a decent guard to have off the bench. So I like it from their front, but still, this trade is just I just don't get what the Bucks are doing. Like, maybe the Bucks, you know what? You know what would be a fun trade today, Dylan? Ja Morant to Milwaukee. How about that?
I mean, that would definitely be an interesting trade. Would that lead Giannis to stay?
I don't know. I mean, it might be their last effort to get him to stay.
They tried that before with Dame, and that didn't work out.
That didn't work out. Injuries obviously played a big factor there. But yeah, that didn't work. Yeah, I would assume the Bulls will make another trade here before the deadline is all said but done. But man, yeah. NBA, I mean, trade deadline is I don't want to say the trade deadline's dead in the league, but I think the hours leading up to it, obviously not good. Obviously not good. Bulls are going full rebuild here. But hey, if you guys want a super chat to get up on the show, any super chat will get you guys on the show. $5, we'll talk about your favorite team. If you guys want to talk about the Bulls, if you guys want to rant, this could be event 2.5 hours for us Bulls fans. But then also, I got the Ultimate Sports Trivia game. This is a lot of fun. If you guys send a $20 super chat, we'll ask you guys a sports trivia question. So if you guys want to have some fun here, here we go. Dylan, breaking news for your New York Knicks. Can Dylan guess who the Knicks just traded for?
Is it a good trade?
I think it's a good trade for the Knicks. This is a guy who's been
linked to them
a decent amount.
Is it Alvarado?
It is Jose Alvarado. Jose Alvarado was just traded to the New York Knicks. As Big D coming in with a $5 super chat. We'll show that up on screen here in a second. But yeah, the New York Knicks are trading for Jose Alvarado. Wow.
What'd they give up?
TBD. Haven't got the details just yet. A homecoming for the Pelicans guard. I didn't know he was from the New York area. I like that move for the Knicks, though. Just have another guy off the bench.
And they tried it with Clarkson. He had a good stretch, but he's kind of not been in the rotation lately.
Yeah, I mean, he started last night just because Hart and Deuce were hurt, but this is also just another guard that you can have, like, defensively. Because the East does have a lot of good guards. Like, you're going to have to be able to defend, like, Cade Cunningham, Donovan Mitchell, guys like that. So, like, having Jose Alvarado and Deuce, like, guards that kind of, are way different than Jalen Brunson, more defensive-minded guys. So, kind of like that. Now, we'll see if a guy like Zion potentially gets dealt today. We'll We'll see. We'll get to the super chats here. Also got B Shep coming in. Shout out to you, Brody. That's funny. Shout out to Big D though. Appreciate you. I didn't even see this trade coming up. Ochi Abaji, Kansas legend. But Daniel, what's going on, man? Saying we really have more second round picks than Friday the 13th installments. The second rounder with Simons from New Orleans would be pretty much plenty. I agree. Like the second round pick you get from the New Orleans Pelicans is definitely a good second that the Bulls picked up for that Vooch trade. Like the best trade the Bulls made was the Vooch deal, in my opinion. You're able to move off Vooch. Got a guy like Simons, you probably get the 35th pick minimum in the NBA draft. So I like that move for the Bulls, but all the other moves just really don't make, too much sense to me. So yeah, Daniel, I appreciate you. If everybody could give me those Daniels down below in the comments section, show him some love. How much cap space will the Bulls have for next season? A whole lot. Oh, also, this trade makes no sense. This, from a process standpoint, the Bulls trading Gershon Yabusele for Dalen Terry makes zero sense, and it really shows that the Bulls have no idea what they're doing. Let's just call it like it is. Dylan, I think these are two of the worst players in the NBA, right?
They're up there.
They're up there. And I think in the NBA, having expiring contracts is a huge advantage. Okay? So the Bulls had Dalen Terry on an expiring contract. So you traded him. I got no problem with that, Dylan. What I have a problem with is the guy you traded for, he doesn't have a team option next year. He has a player option. Why in the world would the Bulls do that? That makes no sense. Why would you want to pick up Yabusele for next season? It just, come on. Oh. Dylan. Dalen Terry's not a Bull or a Knick anymore.
He's going to the Pelicans.
It's going to be Dalen Terry now going to the Pelicans plus cash considerations and 2 second-round picks. So Dalen Terry goes to the Knicks. So I'm guessing this just becomes a 3-team deal when it's all said and done. Yeah, what do you think about this, though, Dylan, from a Knicks fan perspective here?
Well, they had a lot of second-round picks to give up. Yeah. And Alvarado has been linked to them. It was between him and Naji Marshall, which direction they end up going in. But the thing with Alvarado is that he's a vet that can come off the bench, and they just need to give Brunson more time to recover because he can't do it all every game. Like last night, he had to put the team on his back, but that can't be how it is for the postseason.
As Big Dumper saying, ooh, the Pelicans got Jerry Reinsdorf's favorite player, cash considerations. Oh, guys, you wait. Jerry Reinsdorf is going to trade those 14 second-round picks for just cash considerations. Dalen Terry getting tossed around the league like a blunt. The clown will be investigated. Jerry Randolph. Yeah. I think it's a good move for the Knicks, though. Jose Alvarado's a nice little piece. Good defensive guard. Likes to get after it. It's Kings Tower, Chicago, saying, how you feel about expiring contract Robinson from New York for the Bulls to trade for? I would absolutely love Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson, Dylan, last night, he was great.
He's always great. He's one of the most underrated NBA players, I believe. I
think he, in terms of the Eastern Conference, I think he's the biggest X factor.
Yeah,
like if he's healthy and he's playing, that one play he had last night, he did a really good job on Jokic going one-on-one, but the play I love the most from Mitchell Robinson, he's out on the perimeter guarding Jamal Murray. He gets the tap. That was fantastic stuff. I would love Mitchell Robinson on the Chicago Bulls. It's not going to happen this deadline. The Knicks, you would have to give them 5 first-round picks for Mitchell Robinson with how valuable he is to that organization. But yeah, man, you think the Bulls could trade for Claxton? I don't know. Maybe the Bulls are, I don't know. Maybe they're trying to get another center here. They need another center bad. Their tallest player on the team is Zach Collins, who is 6'9". Jalen Smith, he plays big, but he's 6'8". So we'll see. We'll see what they decide to do here with the deadline. 2 hours and 24 minutes away. Bulls are really banking on Isenge not being on the wrong side of the poster, huh? Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. Yeah, so it is Dalen Terry, 2 second-round picks in cash for Alvarado. If they trade Sabonis, I'm out. I'm not going to watch anymore. If the Bulls trade for Domantas Sabonis. We'll crash out here, fellas. We will crash out. Can I ask you Bulls fans this? Would you trade for Zion Williamson? And also, you guys let me know who has had the best deadline so far. For me, it's the Minnesota Timberwolves, Dylan.
They're up there for sure.
Do you have a second team that you think has had a good deadline?
I mean, the Grizzlies honestly have because they're just building towards the future. And we saw how quickly the Thunder were able to do that. They acquired all those picks, and then they used them to get players and build a championship team right away.
I agree. Also, I do like that trade for the Utah Jazz, too. I think that was the best win-win deal that we have seen so far. I like that move a lot. Yeah, I would not be in on the Bulls trading for Zion Williamson. Listen, when he's the most athletic guy on the floor and he averages 5.5 rebounds per game, I don't love that. Genuinely, what are the Bulls doing? Who knows? Nobody will ever know. I mean, this team's a disaster, everybody. I do think the Cavs are working on a big deal here. I don't know who it's going to be for, but I do think they're working on a big move.
I mean, who are they going to... Because they lost their point guard of the future now. In Cleveland.
Oh, Garland?
Yeah. Because Harden and Mitchell could be rotating between point guard and shooting guard.
Yeah.
They could kind of play anywhere.
I mean, Harden's going to be taking most of the point responsibilities now, but I think the Cavs are just viewing this as like a 2-year run. I think they see the East being wide open. But I like that move for the Knicks too. I think that's a good deal. I think we have the worst team in the NBA right now. You guys let me know that. Who is the worst team in the NBA? I think the Bulls are up there. They're not better than the Nets. The Nets have Michael Porter, Nick Claxton, Cam Thomas. They got players. I think the Bulls are the worst team in the league. I saw some rumor that the Bulls offered Vooch and a first-round pick for Jared Allen. So that also makes me think the Bulls, are they really tanking right now? I don't know. Sacramento, just take for AJ Domantas. I want Cam Boozer. I want Boozer or Darren Peterson. I think Darren Peterson's the best player in this draft. I do like Domantas though. Domantas a stud. You guys want to know who's the worst team in the NBA? Homer, Sox fans saying the Wizards. You can't say the Wizards now. I mean, they got AD and Trae Young. Probably won't play this year, but the Wizards, the Bulls. A lot of Bulls coming in. As of now, who is the worst team? For the rest of the season, for however many games we have left, who is the worst team in the league?
I'd say the Pelicans.
Yeah, but even the Pelicans got some talent. They got Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, Derek Queen, Jeremiah Fears. Pelicans are bad though. I mean,
they're pretty bad.
Kings are bad. What's up, Kyle Manungai? What up, Brody? Ja to Chicago, that's my hope. Could you imagine if the Bulls traded for Ja Morant? Oh, is AK doing a press conference today? That's going to be must-watch TV. I'm canceling my NBA League Pass. Been a Bulls fan since 1990. This has to be the worst Bulls team ever. Even worse than the lockout year in 99 after Jordan retired for the second time. You think it's worse than the 99 team? I mean, that 99 team was horrible. I think it is. I'm with you. Also, I think Josh Giddey's probably going to get shut down for the season. Oh, here's an interesting report. An NBA team stopped pursuing Giannis because they felt his ego wouldn't allow him to be a second option behind their star player. I don't know.
I mean, he's going to go ahead and find his team in free agency at the end of the day.
Giannis?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got one more year. Maybe that's what Giannis is. Maybe that's what the Bulls are gearing up for, to sign Giannis.
If the Bucks just let him go, I mean, that's probably the worst move of anything. Not getting any value out of him.
Nick Richards went to the Milwaukee Bucks as they're trying to gear up for a big-time playoff run. I will say, good news for Bulls fans though. The Hornets and the Bucks will both lap the Bulls. Like the Bulls won't be in the play-in tournament this year. That is a good thing. Who's a bigger star than Giannis? I'm guessing that would probably be about Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves. Maybe, but Fire AKME, you got it. Can we get a recap of what the Bulls have done? You know what? You just want to dive through every Bulls trade here and just really we can do it from the jump, just work our way down. Let's just talk about every move the Bulls have made. The Bulls are the biggest sellers right now, and it's just been a joke. So it started off with this deal when the Bulls just got Dario Saric and 2 second-round picks. Bulls did this. I was like, you know what? Not a bad move for the Bulls. Probably give this about a B grade. I'll take it. You get 2 second-rounders and Dario Saric. I'll take it. No panic right now. I'm like, you know what? Good move for the Bulls. Kick it over to this one. Bulls-Pistons trade. I'm like, okay, I don't really understand adding Jaden Ivey or Mike Conley, but Jaden Ivey, you're taking a chance on a guy that top 5 pick in the draft, has shown some ability to be a good NBA player. So this trade, I'm like, all right, you know what? Not bad. I'm not going to get upset about it. Cool. Give this probably a B grade as well. Kick it to this trade. I'm ecstatic. I am so happy about this move. You traded Nikola Vucevic. Can't stand this guy. And the Bulls got Anthony Simons and the 2026 second-round pick from the New Orleans Pelicans. This is a hell of a move for the Chicago Bulls. And then you know what? Even this trade with the Charlotte Hornets, I'm very, very happy still. I'm like, the Bulls are finally tanking. You got Collin Sexton, Ousmane Dieng, and 3 second-round picks for Kobe White. That's cool with me. This is a great move. But then we get it to this trade, which makes absolutely no sense. And this is where it started to go downhill. The Gershon Yabusele trade. He's got a player option. You traded a guy with expiring contract. So 2 of the worst players in the NBA, but you got the player that's got the expiring. Or that has a player option. So that makes no sense. Why would you do this? What advantage does this give the Chicago Bulls? Makes 0 sense to me. And this was the worst trade of them all. The Minnesota Timberwolves robbed the Chicago Bulls. They saw them walking on the side streets of Chicago, and they jumped them. They said, give us Dosunmo. We'll give you 4 second-round picks and Rob Dillingham. Rob Dillingham's horrible. Ask Timberwolves fans what they think about Rob Dillingham. The guy's young, 21 years old. Maybe he ends up working out, but terrible. Terrible deal. So the Bulls, they've been bad. It's bad. You guys always say I'm being too negative, and this is why. Like, listen, positivity sells. I want to be positive about the Bulls. I just can't. They have the worst front office, worst ownership group in the entire NBA. But Brozama, Ben Swag, what's going on, Brozama? Good to see you. What is your expected finals matchup after all the trades that have happened so far? I still think the Knicks are coming out of the East. I do like what New York has. I think they're good enough to win the Eastern Conference. I think it's probably a 3-team race between the Knicks, Pistons, and if Tatum comes back, maybe the Cavs can throw their hat in the ring there. But I still like the Knicks to come out. Out of the West, I think the Timberwolves probably jump up to, honestly, 2 for me. I think they're right behind the Thunder. I think the Nuggets and Spurs are following suit. And then you also got a team like the Rockets, a wild card. You know what would be awesome for the NBA? Timberwolves and Knicks. Randall versus Cat. That would be great. I think that would be it. I think that would what I would call it. Brozama, appreciate you, man, so much. Send a $20 super chat. Shout out to you. We appreciate you, Brody. Shout out to Brozama been swagging for coming in. I'll go Knicks Timberwolves right now. Also, after watching the Knicks Nuggets game last night, I think that'll be a very entertaining finals. Got to have the Knicks in there though. Knicks would be that'll be sweet for the NBA. Just can't believe it, man. Can't believe it. I like how the Wizards set their team up. I think the Bulls should probably do something similar. Yeah, probably should, but they probably won't. Lakers versus Knicks would break ratings records. That would. 100%. Just can't believe what the Bulls are doing. Patrick Williams making miss Cristiano Felicio. Never forget when the Bulls gave Felicio a 4-year, $32 million deal. That was so bad. Man, you need to talk about the Bulls owner and the manager. Oh, they're awful. I mean, I've said the Bulls have the worst ownership group at general manager in the NBA. How far do the Celtics go? It comes down to Tatum. I do think the Celtics will be a tough out no matter what. Like the Celtics have like a Patriots like Spurs feel to them, where it's just like they're just a really good organization.
You know what could be an NBA Finals matchup? It's just the NBA Cup running back.
Spurs Knicks would be awesome. Wemby in the Garden, like that would be sweet. We need Denzel Valentine back. Bulls fans, their time is coming. It's not going to happen for the next couple of years, but it will come eventually. Randall versus Cat sounds terrible in the finals. Yes,
It would be entertaining.
It would be entertaining. I do understand it being like some bad basketball, but Ant versus Brunson though would be very entertaining. Very entertaining stuff. But if you guys could hit that subscribe button, we are less than 100 subs away from 428K on our main channel. So if you guys are new here, haven't hit that sub button just yet, hit that subscribe button today. Keep yourself posted with the latest NBA, NFL, and NFL draft content. Hit that subscribe button today. Live sub counters. Once you hit that sub button, the number goes up. Do you think the Bulls will trade for Yves Missi? I think it's on the table. The Bulls need a center. So, how long can the Bulls go on tanking? I see the thing is like, are they even tanking? Like they got a bunch of guards and second round picks back. Like the Bulls have like a good guard grouping now. Like I don't know if they'll be fully tanking, but we'll see. Is Collin Sexton any good? I think he's just if you look at his numbers, you're like, you could talk yourself into him, but doesn't really play defense anymore. I'm not the biggest fan of him, but Giddey is not that good. Can't play defense. I'm not the biggest Giddey guy either. God, so the Bulls second round picks. They have 2 in 2026, 1 in 27, 1 in 28. They have 3 second round picks in 29, 1 in 30, 3 in 20. They have 4 second round picks in 2031. And 2 second round picks in 2032. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Trade deadline still about 2 hours away.
I mean, what's the next big domino to fall?
Next biggest domino. I'd probably bank on like no big domino falling. I think Zion maybe, but
if Zion gets traded to the Bulls, we're in the biggest crash out.
Yeah, especially if it's for like a first round pick. That'd be bad. It depends. I mean, what if you give him like 7 second round picks for Zion? I would be down. Trade for Zach LaVine? Why not? No. Williams, the worst signing ever. Front office is drunk. I mean, yeah, this is the same front office. Think about this. For all you Bulls fans who still have hope that like this Bulls front office might know what they're doing when they just absolutely do not. This is the same team that drafted Dalen Terry, 18th overall. This is the same team that gave Patrick Williams, a 5-year, $90 million deal. He's one of the worst basketball players in the NBA. They drafted Lachlan Olbrich in the second round because he was from Australia. Tested. I'd be down to ask Derrick Rose if he wants to suit up. Let's give the people what they want. Patrick Williams got $90 million fully guaranteed. Think about that. He's never going to have to do anything else in his life. He got $90 million. You know how much money that is. Yeah, Lachlan over Rocco. Yep. We got 4 Yuki Karamoa. Yeah, Yuki's entertaining. Shout out to D Rose though, man. Shout out to D Rose. Bring me back to those days. Like I love the NBA. I love basketball, but I just miss D Rose being on the Bulls. $90 million. Giddy, Dillingham, Sexton. Bulls just don't give a F. You're right. Yuki and Giannis pick and roll would feed generations. Shout out to Yuki.
Hey, who's going to go to Bulls games?
Nobody. Please, nobody go to Bulls games. Lachlan is not a sleeper pick. Stop it. Yeah, to Balzac. Balzac, it was a good run. Boycott the Bulls. I'm down. Patrick, do you think Noah Senge would be a bust? Yes. We drafted him over Derek Queen. $90 million, Emin. Sabonis could be on the move. Maybe. Sabonis has a lot of bad advanced analytics on him this year. I wanted Queen so bad. You think Giddey will average a triple-double now? I think Giddey's going to get shut down for the year. Listen, if you guys could hit that thumbs up icon, help us out. And you know what? We're giving shout-outs. We are giving shout-outs. If you have liked the video, give me a me down below in the comment section. We're giving shout-outs to everybody. Let's see if we can get 100 likes on the Bulls side of things. See if we can get to 200 likes on our Chat Sports channel. Hit that thumbs up button. Once you have liked the video, we're giving shout-outs. Shout out to Rick S. in the building. Stith. Mike Nintendo Master. Justin, another Brody. Shout out to you. Homer Sox fan. Benjamin in the house. Mike saying me. Speedy Nail. Grant Central. Right Michael. Like it up. Hit that thumbs up icon. Here we go. Emin liked the video. Jay Breezy. Sports Prod. JGT. Ron Lau. Sports Prods again. Blue Filterman. Ben Seaton liked the video. Jay Remy in the building. Shout out to you guys. Smash that thumbs up icon for us. Help us out. Help us out. There we go. We hit 100 likes. Appreciate you guys. Hit that thumbs up icon.
Yeah, anyone that doesn't, I guess their team is missing the playoffs.
Yeah, if you want your team to make the playoffs, like the video. Noah hasn't even had a chance yet. Stay miserable, bro. I will stay miserable. Being a Bulls fan is miserable. The guy played in 5 games and he didn't hit the rim once. Like the guy, he weighs 120 pounds. I want a Hartenstein too. Hartenstein's great. Bulls just started this rebuild 2 years ago. I wish I wasn't born and supporting this team. Unfortunately, I'm loyal. Why are you a fan? I don't know why I'm a Bulls fan. $90 million for sitting on the bench. Yeah. All right. We'll talk about the NBA trade deadline more here in a second, but let me tell you guys about today's presenting sponsor, and that is Prize Picks. Now, the big game is almost here, and there's no better way to cash in during America's biggest sporting event than Prize Picks, where it always feels good to be right. And since the big game is right around the corner, that also means it's your last chance to get into the football action right before next season. So close the season outright with Prize Picks by getting $50 instantly on lineups when you play your first $5. And find your community on Prize Picks with the new social feeds feature. You can share Prize Picks with your friends and copy lineups from winners with a single click. Copy lineups you like or use them as inspiration for your own picks You can even follow Prize Picks partners like us and tail or fade our picks with just one click. We also have a max discount for you guys for the big game, and it's with the quarterback of New England, Drake May. 1 passing yard will get you guys 1 win on Prize Picks. So make sure you guys include that into all of your lineups for the big game. And they also have a new feature called Early Payouts. So if your player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. Download the Prize Picks app today. Plug in promo code CONS. Get hooked up with $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. It's code CONS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's show. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Oh, wow. Deuce McBride will undergo surgery and may be out until the playoffs.
I mean, that makes a lot more sense for Alvarado now.
Yeah. Holy cow. Guess that's why.
So they're going to have Alvarado come off the bench. I mean, Clarkson's still going to be in the rotation. And you got, I mean, it's kind of just rotating between Tyler Kolek and Landry Shamet.
Yeah. I said Alvarado pickup. I mean, that definitely helps now. You can just take on that Deuce role. I mean, obviously, Deuce is a way better player. Deuce is very underrated. Great three-point shooter as well. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Fortunate for Knicks fans. I've been hearing the Bulls would be shipping off all of our second-round picks for Zion Williamson. I mean, if that's the deal, I wouldn't hate it. I don't know. Do you think we have more trades coming? I don't know. I don't know if we'll have any more big trades, but we'll see.
We could cycle through the ones that's happened.
Yeah, Trae Young. This one started off 2 weeks ago. Atlanta Hawks get C.J. McCollum. C.J. McCollum also ruined the NBA. Leader of the Players Association. He's huge in getting the new CBA. He squeezed out the middle of the pack players in the NBA, where it's like either you're getting a max or you're getting a bad deal. So yeah, don't love that. But Corey Kispert also in that deal, and the Bulls helped facilitate a 3-team deal where it sent DeAndre Hunter to the Sacramento Kings, and the Cavs got under the tax. Also got Dennis Schroeder and Keon Ellis. This move makes a lot of sense for Cleveland. Just picked up a good guard in Keon Ellis. For their guard rotation, it's pretty solid. You got Harden, Mitchell, Schroeder, and Keon Ellis off the bench. Like, that's pretty good. You think the Bulls are done? I do not. The Bulls should trade one of their guards. There will be another Bulls trade here in the next 2 hours. But biggest trade probably so far, I would have to say, is Jaren Jackson going to the Utah Jazz for 3 first-round picks, Taylor Hendricks and Walter Clayton, Kyle Anderson and Niang. This is a really good deal for both teams, in my opinion. I think the Jazz, they're starting to get out of this kind of tanking mode. Going to be really aggressive probably this offseason, so I like that move for Utah. And also like that move for Memphis as well, getting a lot of draft capital. 13 first-round picks over the next 7 seasons. It's good stuff there for the Memphis Grizzlies and the Utah Jazz. Also, it's going to be interesting to see like a Jackson, Lauri Markkanen, Walker Kessler lineup. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. So I like that one. But the Bulls-Timberwolves trade was next. Mike Conley, Jaden Ivey going to Chicago, and Detroit getting Kevin Huerter, Dario Saric, and a first-round protected swap from Minnesota. Like this move here for both teams, frankly. Jaden Ivey, Bulls take a chance on him, and then Pistons needed more shooting. So they got Kevin Huerter in that deal. But another blockbuster, Cleveland Cavaliers, Los Angeles Clippers, Darius Garland, and James Harden. A swap also included a second-round pick heading to the Clippers. I think with this move, I think Cleveland clearly views their next couple of years as like they got to go all in, and I don't know if they were ready to, wait on Garland staying healthy and also develop because Harden is healthy, like he plays, and so I like that move there for both ball clubs. Because also Clippers get a young guard to build next to whatever core they're going to have in the future. So I like that move there for both those teams. We'll see if James Harden can finally have a good postseason moment. Probably won't end up happening, though. This guy has been a notorious playoff choker, the biggest in, honestly, I think, sports history. But another big deal, the Mavericks and the Wizards, as Anthony Davis moves from Dallas to Washington with also Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum. And the Mavericks were able to get 2 firsts, 3 seconds, and A.J. Johnson, Malachi Branham, and Chris Middleton. I think it's a good trade for both teams, frankly. The first-round picks the Mavs got aren't the greatest. It's the Thunder pick for next year and the Warriors pick, I think, at 2030, and it's also top 20 protected. So you get the nice headline of 2 first-round picks for AD. Not necessarily good first-round picks there. But, hey, Wizards, they're going to try to build around Trae Young, Anthony Davis, whoever they pick up. Next year in the draft, also Alex Sarr, Bilal Coulibaly. So this should be a good defensive team. Kind of like what they're doing on that front. But then Jared McCain going to the Oklahoma City Thunder. So the Sixers trade the TikToker, but they get a first-round pick. I think it's a good deal for both ball clubs. Clearly the Thunder, they have all types of draft capital that they could give up. So I do like that move there from OKC as they are getting Jared McCain. And the Sixers are getting a first-round pick, so I like that as well. But then the 3-team deal. Now it's a 3-team deal. As the Thunder are getting Mason Plumlee. And also a lot of these trades, you guys will notice, they will be added. They will be tweaked as we kind of go through this whole process. So like the Thunder getting added to this one. They're getting Mason Plumlee back in OKC. But the Hornets getting Kobe White, Mike Conley, and a second. Bulls getting Collin Sexton, another guard, and more second-round picks. Bulls have picked up 9 second-round picks this past week. Another 3-team deal. Ochai Agbaji going to the Brooklyn Nets. Kansas legend. Chris Paul going to the Toronto Raptors. I'm assuming he's going to get bought out. We'll see, though. I think there are some good buyout guys this year. Like, you got a Chris Paul. Lonzo Ball will most likely be bought out. But I do like that pickup for the Nets, taking a chance on a guy like Agbaji. And then this was a deal where the Cleveland Cavaliers got 2 seconds, and they sent the Jazz Lonzo Ball on cash considerations, and the Hawks got Jock Landale. I think the Jazz just wanted more cash, so that's why they made that deal. As they also got Lonzo Ball. And Tyus Jones, the Hornets get another guard. They got a hefty guard rotation as well. Getting Tyus Jones and 2 second-round picks in this one. That was interesting. Now, this trade broke late last night. Don't really understand this for both teams, especially the Warriors. Like, you're trying to build around Steph. You're trying to have him have one last run. And you go out there and get Kristaps Porzingis, who's played 17 games this season on very limited minutes. Don't understand that one whatsoever. The Atlanta Hawks, they were able to get Buddy Hield and Jonathan Kuminga, so don't get that one, frankly, for them. I mean, just Jonathan Kuminga fit. Does Buddy Hield fit? Maybe they're taking a chance on him, but don't get that. And then the Warriors also made a trade where they sent Trace Jackson Davis to the Toronto Raptors for a second-round pick. And then the Bulls had probably one of the worst trades of all time. Gershon Yabusele and Dalen Terry, a swap where 2 of the worst basketball players in the league, but the Bulls get the guy that's got the player option. So just, again, the process for the Bulls is just bad. I mean, it just makes absolutely 0 sense from the Bulls side of things. So don't understand that at all. And then another terrible Bulls trade was Dosunmo going to Minnesota Timberwolves. I think the Timberwolves won this deadline just off this deal. You can have Ant, Dosunmo, DiVincenzo. I mean, the Timberwolves are a stacked basketball team. Like Gobert, Randall, Naz Reid, Jaden McDaniels, Dosunmo. They're going to be elite defensively. And also have a lot of offensive firepower. So I think the Timberwolves, they probably got one of the better teams in the NBA now. I think they have skyrocketed past, in my opinion, the Denver Nuggets and the San Antonio Spurs. They're going to be a problem. The Western Conference is absolutely loaded, and this was a great deal for Minnesota. The Bulls don't get fair value for Dosunmo, but that's been kind of the same old for Chicago. Then Luke Kennard, good pickup for the Lakers, good shooter. pretty chalk trade, though. Gabe Vincent going to Atlanta. He has been terrible as well. And also a second-round pick. Then also the Bucks. They got Nick Richards, as they have officially made it clear they're not trading Giannis Antetokounmpo. And the Suns, they did receive Cole Anthony and Amir Coffey there. Then the Jazz got Chris Boucher. And the Celtics, full details, TBA, on what they ended up getting in this deal. And then Dalen Terry actually got rerouted from the Knicks to the Pelicans for Jose Alvarado. Deuce McBride will probably miss the remainder of the regular season. Could be back for the playoffs, though. And they got 2 second-round picks and cash considerations as well. So those are all the moves that have gone down in the NBA so far. We'll see if there are any more moves. But, hey, we got 1,100 people watching on our main show. Shout out to everybody tuning in. 420 on our Bulls channel. Shout out to all you guys. But you guys let me know, what was your favorite trade at the deadline? Bulls fans, couple of years, it's the Timberwolves getting out of Dosunmo. I think that's the best deal so far. Dylan, you got a favorite trade?
I mean, I'm a bit biased, but I like the Alvarado mood, especially now that Deuce is going to be out. I'll also say the Jaren Jackson Jr. trade for both sides. I think both teams benefited. I'd say the Grizzlies did a little more just because they got more draft capital from it.
Yeah. Jaren Jackson trade was good for both teams. Cajun saying Jerry should sell the Chicago Bulls. I've been praying for it, man. The Simons and Vooch trade. I like that trade for the Bulls. That was a good deal. Yeah, I don't get the Bulls trade now if you weren't going to get a first for him. I mean, why get 4 seconds? It just makes no sense. This is another trade down the line. Any update on Morant? No update on John Morant at this point, but all these updates too just mean nothing. Like, Shams Charania is the biggest joke in sports media. He's just a shill for ESPN. He just gets clicks. He tweets out a Giannis could be traded trade or tweet every couple of months just to get everybody's attention. Nothing ever happens. So he's a quick baiter. Honestly, I don't see any reason why anybody would take what he says seriously about what could happen, because he knows nothing. There's no reports about Ayo going to the Timberwolves. There's no reports about AD going to the Washington Wizards. There's no reports about Jaren Jackson going to the Utah Jazz. Shams Charania, I mean, he's an embarrassment to sports media. Like, you miss Woj. He just shills for ESPN. I mean, he got that fat payday from ESPN, and he doesn't really do any reporting anymore. He doesn't dig to find nuggets. Like, he just gets force-fed what people want to tell him, and I think he's one of the biggest jokes in sports media right now. It's embarrassing. Like, he's a scam. He just does it for clicks. He tries to get people excited, and people still buy into it. I wouldn't listen to any report he has to say anymore, because he kept saying for the last 6 months, oh, this is it. They're going to get, or Giannis is going to get traded. And 3 hours before the deadline, now he has a report. Oh, it's not going to happen now. It's a joke. Question, what is the end result of what the Bulls are getting to? I think they're just going to tank and try to hope to get a good pick this year in the draft, but I don't get it. Jerry will never sell the team. He is dying as a Bulls owner. And then it's going to go to his son. Yeah, big dumper. Never forget. Yeah, we'll see if there's any more moves. Been quiet for about the last half hour. We'll see. We shall see if anything else happens. Finally got your rebuild. Hey, that is true. Like, I do like the Bulls having some direction, but not a lot is happening. Not a lot is happening. We shall see, though. We will wait and see if anything else goes down here at the NBA trade deadline. But if you guys love the NBA trade deadline, share this video with people. Just click that share icon. Help us out here. Send the stream to more and more NBA and Chicago Bulls basketball fans. Would appreciate it if you guys could. Also, if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up icon. We're 2 likes away from 200 likes on our main show, and also 13 likes away from 150 on our Bulls channel. So if you guys could, smash that thumbs up icon. Once you guys do, just give me those me's down below in the comment section. We'll give you guys some shout outs here on the show. So everything but Modest, I'm with you. At least Modest Buzelis will have a high usage rate at the end of the season, which would be great for his development. Can any of the guards we traded for play in tonight's game? No word yet. I mean, they can. But also, like, the Simons trade isn't final just yet. The Vooch trades. A lot of these trades are still working out all the, details here. What do you think Modest ceiling is? I don't really know. I mean, it's pretty high. Like, this guy's a really good basketball player. He's got 6'10", can handle. This is the potential to be a really, really good defensive player. He still needs to develop offensively, but I do like his potential a lot. Giddey going to Houston now? I don't know. I can't see that happening.
I mean, they just paid him.
Yeah, they just paid him. I mean, they paid him $25 a year for the next 4 seasons. So,
yeah. One name we haven't really talked about, Cat.
Cat.
Do we think Cat's going to get traded?
I don't, just because it's very tough to match that contract Cat has. I thought maybe like a Cat Jaren Jackson trade would make sense. But I think the Knicks are going to ride it out with this core.
I mean, they've been on a roll lately.
Yeah. I sent it Sam. Yeah. We would trade them at Giddey for Şengün. Yeah, I wish. Sorry, we'll get a dish of that now, right? Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, push it out now. Yeah, appreciate it. I would have liked the Warriors trade for Porzingis if it was 3 years ago. I agree with that. I mean, the Warriors trade would have been great, but it's just like, what are they doing? Sabonis only. If the Bulls get Sabonis, we're freaking out. That would be more of a crash out than Zion. Yeah,
what if you get both of them?
Sabonis and Zion. The Bulls make a run. We're deleting the channel.
They trade all 6 guards for both those players.
Oh, and all the second round picks. Sabonis stinks. Yeah, Knicks are a very good rebounding team, and Cat gets a lot of crap, but like he's a really, really good rebounder.
It's his defense that's terrible.
Yeah, he's just a bad defender.
I mean, even last night, just watching him, whenever you have a matchup and it's like a Jokic or a Murray against Cat, you're very scared because you already know that he's going to either get crossed up or he's going to foul bait, and it never ends well when that happens. Someone's saying, what are your thoughts on Keontae George? He was a stud that turned into my favorite player this year.
Keontae George has been great. I really am curious what his ceiling is in the NBA. Like, he's averaging 24 a game this year. I wonder if he could be like a 26 a game guy. I mean, him, Laurie, Jaren Jackson, Walker Kessler. It's a good little combo. Oh my goodness. Sham Charania. Just can't believe it.
It's been a while since the last trade now.
I know. See what happens.
Zion on the Sixers. I don't know if that would go well.
That would be interesting. I don't think so. Have some athletes. Edgecombe, Maxey, and Zion. Shams is 0 for 4 on the Zion news. Or the Giannis news.
The thing is, if you get Zion and then Embiid and Maxey too, like all of them have an injury history, and Paul George got suspended.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Paul George spent 25 games.
That's true. He doesn't have to be the guy. If he goes to the Sixers, they could kind of just use him for what he is.
Yeah. He's a good athlete. And if Zion did the little things better, I would agree with you, but Scam Sharania. Killing the NBA trade deadline. All these fake Giannis rumors to get clicks.
I feel like there's always a player that gets the clicks though, that from every single trade deadline.
Last year was Kevin Durant. They just manufacture stuff in the NBA. If nothing's there, they'll make something happen.
I mean, Durant eventually did get traded.
Yeah. Which maybe Giannis would get traded this offseason. Now I do think if the Knicks don't make the finals, I think Giannis is a Knick. This also opens up more first-round picks the Knicks can trade too. Hope the Bulls trades for some guards. Their depth is lacking. I'm with you, Zach. Bulls need more guards. Let's just have all guards.
That's just the entire lineup. Got Super coming in.
Super chat coming in from Big D. What's going on?
I also had this one from earlier.
Sarah saying, tired of these Midwest teams holding stars hostage. I mean, no real teams in the West are doing that. I mean,
I think he means like Milwaukee.
Yeah,
being
Milwaukee.
Midwest.
Oh, Midwest. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, like, I get it from Milwaukee's side, though. It's like, why would they want to? Like, if I was a Bucks fan, I'm saying don't trade Giannis for anything. Like, just try to make it work. So, like, I get it from their side of things, but yeah, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Like, I mean, Giannis clearly never demanded a trade. Like, and that was all the reporting. Like, that's why it's so frustrating. I don't understand. But sir, appreciate you. Daniel coming in with a $5 super chat. Shout out to you. Saying once all the guards report, who do you have starting for the Bulls? Bulls starting lineup, what I would do. Probably Giddy if he's playing. But I'm assuming Giddy won't be playing too much anymore. Probably Trey Jones, Anthony Simons, Okoro, Buzelis, and Jalen Smith. I mean, Bobby Marks has it as Giddy, Sexton, Okoro, Buzelis, and Smith. Assuming Giddy doesn't play, I would go Trey Jones, Simons, Okoro, Buzelis, and then Smith. That's what I would do for the starting lineup. But again, it doesn't really matter for the Bulls. They're trying to lose games. That should be the goal right now. That should be the goal. But yeah, Ben Shep saying the Bulls could have gotten more for Justin Fields. Probably could have. Fields is a good athlete. He could probably hoop a little bit.
He's a Pro Bowler.
Yeah, turned it down. Justin Fields. Too good for the Pro Bowl. I honestly respect Fields for turning it down, though.
Looking into some of the teams and what they're looking for at the moment. Lakers buyers.
Yeah, I mean, they took a chance on Luke Kennard here.
Team needs backup big, wing help, backup point guard. And they did trade Gabe Vincent, so that ended up happening.
Yep. The New York Knicks, I mean, their buyers obviously ended up giving Jose Alvarado. Top 8 protected pick from Washington. You know the Wizards. I mean, they are doing everything they can to have that pick convey. Like, that's why I don't expect to see Anthony Davis or Trae Young play this year. Got to assume they're going to try to lose a lot of games because that pick's like number 10, that's a huge get for the Knicks. Like, that could really help them make a trade this offseason. Just get a really good player in the draft.
Mavs were selling, trade away AD in that 8-player deal.
Yep. That was a good move for the Mavericks. Just getting what you can for Anthony Davis. Try to salvage something. Celtics buying maybe. Yeah, Warriors are. Oh, that's not right. Kevon Looney not on the Warriors anymore. Yeah, but the Dallas Mavericks, yeah, they're probably selling, which they did, but it is what it is. I mean, NBA, there's just nothing, no big trades. Like, the deadline used to be awesome back in the day. Or like the last, I remember like the deadline like 2 years ago, like the last like 30 minutes, it was crazy. Like, players flying all over. Maybe we'll get that this year. Not looking like it right now. Dylan, do you want to hold it down here for a second? You could just go over some of the trades. They pump some likes here. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Dylan's going to hold it down. We'll be back breaking it all down here. So appreciate all of you guys for tuning in today. Dive back into the Bulls stuff. Talk about the trade deadline as we are closing in on 90 minutes remaining here for the NBA trade deadline. But Dylan's going to hold it down, run through some trades with you guys, talk about everything that's happened in the NBA over the last couple of weeks.
All right. So the first trade to go down was Trae Young going to the Wizards, CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert to the Hawks. That got it all started, and then kind of some other trades that happened since then. This was a big one. Jaren Jackson Jr. getting traded to the Utah Jazz along with Jock Landale, Vince Williams, and then Grizzlies go ahead and just acquire 3 first-round picks. I mean, when you give up a player like Jaren Jackson Jr. and you're able to get that return, that's great for them. I think Grizzlies are winners today, or in general for the trade deadline. And you get the Bulls trades, and they're a bit everywhere. I mean, Jaden Ivey is the only one that's still here because Mike Conley got traded. The Bulls also got Saric, and then they traded him to the Pistons. And the Bulls, they've probably been the most active of all the teams. They get Simons in return for Nikola Vucevic. I know a lot of Bulls fans were happy with that one. James Harden going to the Cavaliers. Darius Garland to the Clippers. That was another big-time move. And then Anthony Davis moving on once again after just a year with the Mavs. Going to the Wizards. I have a feeling this isn't going to be his final stop. I think he's going to get traded again next year. That's just the type of player Anthony Davis is now. But the Mavs get Chris Middleton, A.J. Johnson, Malachi Branham, Marvin Bagley II, and some first-round picks with that. And we have this Thunder trade because, I mean, they're injured everywhere right now. SGA is sidelined for a bit. That's not going to help them. So they go ahead, get a young guy in Jared McCain to come in, and look, he's just going to fit right into this Thunder attack because that's what they do. They go ahead and get these young guards. They know how to be playmakers. They know how to shoot. And in return, the Sixers got a pretty nice haul. They got a first-round pick. They got a couple seconds. But I'd say overall the biggest trade in terms of them all at the moment, it's between this Anthony Davis one, where there's a bunch of players going to each side, and then you have the Harden one, which it's two big names in Garland and Harden kind of just switching spots, and then the Clippers getting attached, that second-round pick with it. But I want to know from everyone right now, what's been the best trade at the deadline?
You guys let us know. Best trade at the deadline. Probably best trade in terms of team taking a huge step to win the title this year is the Timberwolves getting Dosunmo. I was an absolute dog, great two-way guard, great in transition, plays with a lot of energy. Bro, you think we're getting a big? Probably not.
Iowa to the Wolves, the best trade? For the Wolves, yes.
Yeah, that was a steal. Hey, could you go fill this up for me? Bulls will get more moves until the deadline. They'll collect 10 more second-round picks in the last 90 minutes. Will the Bulls, let me ask you guys that, will the Bulls acquire another second-round pick before the deadline is over? Celtics trading for Vooch. I mean, that definitely helps the Celtics a lot. They have a true center now. Offensively, the Celtics, I mean, might just be trying to outscore teams every single week. We'll see. Bulls are lost. Bulls have been lost since 1998. Listen, I was born in 1999. I've yet to see the Bulls in the NBA Finals. Do you like Jaden Ivey's potential? I like it on paper. No, he fell out of the Pistons rotation this past season. He's a solid player. Oh, they love second-round picks. Will the Bulls own the entire second round this year? No, they only have two. They have 2 second-round picks this year. They have 3 in 2030. So it's like the second-round picks the Bulls got. It was like, just like the Bulls made all these moves. Like it felt like for nothing. It's like, yeah, you're finally like, I guess like rebuilding, but like, what did you really accomplish by trading all these guys? Like, it just makes no sense. Good tweet from Big Cat saying if the NBA decides to flip the draft where teams pick their second-round picks before their first-round, Bulls could be a juggernaut. Something to think about. Unbelievable. Chicago Bulls, man. They just can't do anything right. Like the Bulls' second-round picks that they have, in 2026, it is a really good pick of the New Orleans Pelicans, probably, or the Portland Trailblazers. It's their own in 28. So they have two seconds in 26, 1 in 27, 1 in 28, 3 in 2029, 1 in 2030. They have 3 second-round picks in 2031. So 5 years from now, the Bulls have 3 second-round picks. Then they have 2 in 2032. So the Bulls have 14 over the next 7 drafts, but they have 5 in the last 2 years of those next 7 years, in 2031 and 2032. They only have 4 second-round picks, or 4 second-round picks over the next 3 seasons. Like, it's like not even like the second round picks they got are good. 4 second round picks in 2031. Unbelievable. We are now 90 minutes away from the NBA trade deadline. Bulls got to be the biggest loser of the deadline. 4 second round picks in 2031, 2 in 2032. So 6 of their 14 are in not even this decade. 7 of the first round picks the Bulls have aren't even in this decade. Wonder Man, honestly, is a little kid running the team. It feels like it. Yeah, no, at least the rebuild starts now. That's the only good part. I mean, I feel like I could run a better team than the Bulls. Like, that's how bad I never say that. Like, I think it's ludicrous when people say, like, I could do a better job. But, like, I really do feel like that. Because we do have a $10 super chat coming on the Bulls side of things from Fresh Man. Shout out to you. Appreciate you. Get that up on screen here. Everybody show Fresh Man some love down below. Let's go. $10 super chat. Shout out to you. Go. Appreciate you, man. Just can't believe they traded Io for 4 second rounders. Fresh Man coming in saying, hey, this is a sad day to be a Bulls fans. Please tell me if we could use some of the draft capital and maybe Simon to get Misi. That'll make sense. Please tell me. I wish I could. I just don't think the Bulls are doing that. I would like Yves Misi. Like, that would be a good pickup. I just don't know if the Bulls are going to do that. Just does not seem like it. Freeing up cap space, but the thing is, like, you didn't add any more expiring contracts. Like, you have the same amount that you had before this. Pretty much what the Bulls have done. They've just gotten second-round picks and some players. And the players aren't even that good. Like, these trades are pretty bad. Like, if they would have traded to Io for, like, 2 second-rounder or 2 first-rounders, maybe one's protected, all right, that's a good deal. But no. None of them can play defense. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, none of the players the Bulls got can play D. Collin Sexton is not the defender he was profiled coming out of college. Who's the longest player on the Bulls? Now that Kobe's gone, I think it's Patrick Williams. Unbelievable. But if you guys could, hit that subscribe button on our Bulls Report channel. We got 400 people watching. If you guys could, hit that sub button. We'd appreciate it. Help us out here. Let's see if we can get to 14,300 subs. If you guys are new here, want Bulls content, and the draft will be exciting. Like, at least the Bulls will be making a lot of moves. So hit that subscribe button today. Live sub counters. Once you hit that sub button, the number goes up. So hit that sub button today. Appreciate whoever just hit that sub button. Shout out to you. Minnesota's got a really good team. Timberwolves are very good. He can't play defense. Patrick Williams is the most overrated defender in the league. He literally does nothing well. Tonight's game's going to be depressing. Tonight's game's going to be something. Take care of Rob Dillingham, please. I'm the biggest fan of Rob Dillingham. I'm glad Vooch is gone too. That was the best move the Bulls have made. See if anything happens. Ja Morant, probably the player that could get traded. The biggest name here. We'll see. It's time to boycott the Bulls. It was time 3 years ago. Who's watching the Bulls game tonight?
I mean, at least for the Bulls now, they have some direction.
Yeah, they got direction. I mean, they're clearly tanking. They're blowing it up. Has not been have not gotten fair value on their guys.
Bring back Jimmy.
Bring back Jimmy Butler. Thank you for who? I mean, anybody in this draft class. It's generational.
The real question is, are the Bulls going to have the same lottery luck that they did last year, though?
Yeah, they're a coin flip away from Cooper Flag. Bulls going to be bottom feeders the next 10 years. Will not shock me. It's all because of Felicio. Should have boycotted the Bulls when they got rid of Zach LaVine and DeRozan for nothing. I mean, there was the fact that they held on to him for so long. Like, that was the problem.
Someone's asking about the Raptors moves.
Raptors moves.
They had Trace Jackson Davis from the Warriors.
As Freshman coming in with another $10 super chat. Appreciate you, Brody.
And the Raptors are getting Chris Paul.
Yeah, Raptors getting Chris Paul. We'll see if he gets bought out. I think there's a chance he will. We'll see. All the buyout candidates will hit the news cycle, the transaction wire over the next 48 hours. Yeah, I've liked what the Wizards have done. Shout out to you, Freshman. Appreciate you. It's also like the Bulls, like, this team started 5-0. Like, think about this. Vooch hit 5-game winners this year. Kevin Huerter hit a game winner. For nothing. All that for nothing. Just maybe they thinking to start all guards, guarantee losses, and maybe you can get the 7th worst and get lucky like the D-Rose draft. Maybe that's what they're thinking. Not really too sure, though. I mean, if you told me the Bulls have no plan at all, I would believe you. I mean, that's kind of what it feels like. Chicago Bulls, man. Like the Nets, 13 wins. Wizards, 13 wins. Pacers, 13 wins. Pelicans, 13 wins. Jazz, 16. Kings, 12. The Bulls have 24. Like, they're not going to jump any of those guys. We appreciate you. Yeah. You send in a total of 20. We'll get you guys some sports trivia here. Every $20 you guys send in, we'll get some sports trivia. $5 to talk about your team. But get those questions in there. Or get those super chats in there, and we'll ask you guys a sports trivia question. See what we got. Yeah, but the Bulls also have about 10 more wins than those teams. If they make it, if the Bulls get a top 5 pick, that'll be very good. All right, let's see what we got. All right, in baseball, we'll talk a little baseball here. What is the term for when a player strikes out 4 times in a single game? What is the term they use when a player strikes out 4 times in a single game? See who can get it. They're building around Josh Giddey. That's not going to happen. Yeah, the golden sombrero. There we go. Came in. Shout out to Sal and Mr. Holy and Great Tone. Golden sombrero. Now ask more sports trivia every $20 we get. The golden sombrero.
I wonder how they came up with that.
It almost sounds like a good thing.
Yeah.
Like golden sombrero. I feel like that
It's
should be
good for the pitcher.
Yeah. Both got the golden sombrero locked in. Oh, you know it. You know it. Striking out on all these trades.
I haven't strike down all of them.
Vooch trade was good. I guess it was mainly just the Io trade.
And Terry.
Yeah. Shams last night said, "Don't sleep." This guy's a fraud.
I mean, this is Sham's time to go ahead and get all the attention, so he's going to take advantage of it. Kawhi should get traded. I mean, if the Clippers they already got rid of Harden. Kawhi is still such a good player.
Kawhi is awesome. Kawhi's had a great year. He's been great.
I don't think the Clippers would move on from him. It just doesn't make sense for them right now.
Yeah. The Bulls with 2 L's.
Michael, if you want more baseball questions, you just need to send in a 20.
Send in a 20. $20 super chat. We'll talk some sports trivia here. It's the point of Bulls in the world of basketball. They're just going to have a hard tank. You guys let us know, will Ja Morant get traded? I don't know if we haven't seen a trade in an hour.
Nope. I feel like it was kind of like low key last year too.
Yeah.
I feel like all the big moves happened in the days prior.
Yeah. I mean, this tank race for getting a top 5 pick is going to be crazy.
Are you fine if the Bulls draft a guard?
Yeah, I mean, if it's Darren Peterson, give me him. I think Cam Boozer, I think, would be my ideal fit. Domantas wouldn't be bad either. That's what I think. Panic trading will happen, so we'll see.
Jock going to the Bucks. It's also like, do teams want Ja based off of like his past actions and like he's had some problems off the court? even on the court, like his grenade celebration.
Yeah, I don't know if they want to really deal with the Ja Morant antics, but I mean, why did the Bulls take on Gershon Yabusele? Io trade was absolutely horrible.
Is this the next Chicago Bowl?
Zion Williamson. Do you guys want the Bulls to trade for Zion? You guys, let me know.
I mean, he's one that's still out there. Mathurin's still out there. We haven't heard anything about him.
The Bulls have literally just stacked lottery picks that haven't worked out. Jaden Ivey, 5th pick in 2022. Rob Dillingham, 8th in 24. Sexton, 8th in 2018. Okoro, 5th in 2020. Patrick Williams, 4th in 2020. Esenge, 12th in 2025.
Look at some of these other guys that haven't gotten traded yet.
Yeah, Mathurin, there's talks about an Io Mathurin swap. I would have rather done that, what the Bulls got.
I mean, those are the two big names outside of Ja, obviously. But AD got dealt. Kobe White got dealt. Kuminga got dealt.
Maybe Ja Morant will be next. Tough year for Ja, though.
It's Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah running the Bulls front office.
It's Rick Spielman running Bulls front office.
I feel like right before the deadline, that's going to be when some major move hits.
Oh, man. We're almost 70 minutes away here.
I mean, they're not even talking about it on ESPN right now. They're spinning a wheel.
Spinning a wheel on ESPN. I mean, ESPN, I mean, people need to protest ESPN. What is going on? This is a disaster.
Wheel of what we want to see.
NBA media coverage has never been worse. What we want to see in the Eastern Conference, what are we doing? I mean, will we get another trade? Y for yes, N for no. Will we get one more trade in the next 70 minutes? Will we get another trade? Got some yeses coming in. Give me Ware from Miami. It's not going to happen. Will we get another trade? Y for yes, N for no.
I mean, the trade up top was the last trade.
Yeah. Alvarado. I mean, that was like an hour and a half ago. I mean, ESPN is just embarrassing themselves right now. I wish you guys could see what's going on.
Trade Josh Giddey for Ja Morant.
Josh Giddey for Ja. I don't know who has more trade value, Ja Morant or Josh Giddey. Probably Giddey. Under contract on a better deal. John Chicago culture wouldn't be good. Yeah, right about that.
You got Super coming in on the Bulls side.
Super chat coming in from Siegel. Shout out to you.
I mean, right now on ESPN, they're spinning a wheel of what they want to see happen in the Eastern Conference.
This team means business. Kendrick Perkins, 1 of 1. Oh, here we go. We got a trade.
There's a trade?
This is unbelievable. The Denver Nuggets are trading Hunter Tyson for a second-round pick. Unbelievable. That's it. They just create a roster spot. There we go. We got a trade. As they open up a roster spot. But see, goalie, what's going on? Saying, do you think the Wolves make any more moves? I think the T-Wolves are probably done. They got their big fish in Dosunmo, which was a great deal. Yeah, that's about it. I think they're done. Yeah, thanks for the breaking news, Shams. Holy giant trade. This dude just does anything for clicks.
He's already thinking about what he's going to wear to the All-Star game.
Yep.
Will Dallas do another trade? I mean, I think they pretty much made their move.
Yeah, Dallas is done. T-Wolves are probably done. They got Dosunmo. I think the Knicks will be in the finals this year. That's my pick out of the Eastern Conference. I think they break through.
They're such a streaky team, though. That's the only thing. Like, when they hit their stride, they're one of the best.
Yeah.
When they're at their low, they are terrible.
Especially this year. They've been the definition of streaky.
I mean, they can't guard the perimeter the best. And it's kind of going back to the way that Brunson and Cat play defense.
We got this blockbuster Nets-Nuggets trade.
There it is. Hunter Tyson.
For a second-round pick. I can't believe it. Let's talk college basketball. College basketball has been great this year. A lot of talent. It's been fun to watch. The Rams will play the Niners in Australia next year. First ever game in Australia. That's breaking news on the NBA front, or NFL front.
The NFL's had more breaking news in this last hour than the NBA.
Literally.
And this is literally the NBA's day.
Yep.
Because tomorrow's the Olympics. Everyone's going to switch over that. This is the one time a year. Because even NBA free agency, there's not much to it now.
No. Because the aprons.
But we are less than 50 subscribers away from hitting our next goal. If you guys can go ahead, hit that subscribe button. We got you covered with the NBA trade deadline today. Even if there isn't any moves happening, we're still here. So hit that subscribe button.
Yep. Oh, man. Hit that sub button, everybody. Subscribe to the channel. Keep you guys posted as we are almost an hour away
There's a Nets and Celtics trade, too.
Josh Minot going to the Brooklyn Nets. The Celtics opening up a roster spot.
Nets making moves. Nets making moves.
Watching curling can be more exciting than watching the Bulls. I'm with you.
That's on today.
The Olympics started today?
So I think it's like the preliminary curling matches.
Hell yeah.
Tomorrow's the ceremony.
Can't wait for that. Winter Olympics will actually be fun to watch. Bulls will not buy out Patrick Williams.
There we go. Someone just subbed.
Appreciate you guys. Hit that sub button. Celtics train Josh Minot to the Brooklyn Nets.
Where we are with this now.
I think we hit the more.
We're at the more already?
I think so.
Because we had, the first one was Dillingham. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're at less right now.
We're at less? Okay.
Yeah. Any idea where Chris Paul and Lonzo Ball land?
Lonzo should go to Charlotte.
I don't think Chris Paul is going to be determined until later.
We have another trade. The Sixers are trading Eric Gordon to the Memphis Grizzlies. And a second-round pick. Sixers are trading Eric Gordon. They got more for Eric Gordon than the Bulls got for Dan Terry. Unbelievable. All right. We'll be back here. Under 60 minutes remaining. But before we do so, let me tell you guys about today's presenting sponsor, and that is Prize Picks. Now, the big game is almost here, and there's no better way to cash in during America's biggest sporting event and Prize Picks, where it always feels good to be right. And since the big game is right around the corner, it also means it's your last chance to get into the football action before next season. So close the season out right with Prize Picks by getting $50 instantly on lineups when you play your first $5. You guys can find your community on Prize Picks with the new social feeds feature. You can share Prize Picks with your friends and copy lineups from winners with a single click. Copy lineups you like or use them as inspiration for your own picks. You can even follow Prize Pick partners like us and tail or fade our picks with just one click. Prize Picks, they got a sweet deal for you guys going out right now, and it's a max discount for the big game where one Drake May passing yard will get you guys one win on Prize Picks. And they also have a new feature called Early Payouts. If your player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. So download the Prize Picks app today. Put your promo code CONS, get $50 instantly in lineups after you put your first $5 lineup. That's promo code CONS to get $50 instantly in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's show. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Again, if you guys want to send this super chat, any super chat you guys send in, we'll talk about it. You guys will get on the show. And if you guys send in $5, we'll talk about your favorite team. And $20, we'll do some sports trivia. Got some sports trivia questions on deck. So if you guys want support the show, we would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, help us out here. Just a dollar icon below. Support us here at Chat Sports. We would appreciate it. $57 minutes remaining before the NBA trade deadline. How many more trades will we get? I just don't know. Our Torres Carnosovas has his job still. Really makes no sense. It makes no sense. So the Bulls-Simons trade is official.
Will he be a Bull in the next hour, though?
That is true. Maybe they could try to reroute him somewhere.
Any news on the Spurs? The Spurs haven't done anything.
Yeah, Spurs haven't done anything. I think they're cool with standing pat.
I mean, they still... their overall roster is probably one of the most complete in the NBA.
Yeah, they're stacked. They're going to be a problem in the NBA for a while. As Nightingale coming in. What's going on? $2 super chat on the Bulls side of things. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to you. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Saying Sohan might get traded? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. He's important. Also, you thought a guy like Keldon Johnson could get traded. Keldon Johnson's too important to what they like to do in San Antonio. Less than an hour away, though.
Here's Nightingale Super.
Saying, do you think the Bulls go after a star like Zion? I do not. I think the Bulls are fully committed to doing whatever they're doing. Are they rebuilding? I think so. They acquire a first-round pick. They have 7 first-round picks in the 2030s, which is unbelievable.
I don't think the Bulls would want Cat at all.
No. They should not want Cat. Who do you think the biggest loser is of the NBA trade deadline besides the Bulls and NBA fans? We have another loser. Biggest deadline loser. You guys let me know down below. Besides the Bulls. Zachary coming in. Appreciate you. Portland. Yeah, I kind of like Giannis. The Heat.
Heat haven't done anything either.
Yeah, they're going to stay in the middle. Lakers got Kennard. I don't know. Eric Gordon still being in the league is unreal.
Rockets are the biggest losers.
Memphis. I kind of like what Memphis is doing. Kings are up there too. I mean, Kings are a disaster.
I mean, getting DeAndre Hunter's contract.
That's brutal. I just can't believe what the Bulls have done. I mean, this can't be it, right? Like, there's got to be something else. Has to be something else here.
Got some supers coming in. We'll get those up in a second.
Appreciate you guys for supporting the show.
Here's one from Phantom.
Saying, you see, you are where Harrison Graham was 2 years ago. Have faith. We are so much farther away from where the Bears were 2 years ago. It's not even close. I wish. I'm just lacking faith right now, like in the Bulls ownership group, and obviously, with where they are, it's just not good. Phantom, appreciate you. Cowboy Culture saying Rockets are the biggest losers. Cook, just since they didn't make a move. There's really not much the Rockets could do. Maybe get an upgrade at the guard spot, but yeah. Not much, though. But I appreciate you, Brody. NBA fans are the biggest losers. For Wemby, why not? Bulls should be tanking and rebuilding. I think that's what they're doing, but also I don't know. I mean, they're definitely
there's some moves where they're not tanking.
Yeah, it's weird. They're still in the middle. Like, oh yeah, the tankathon. I mean, the Bulls would get the 12th pick in the draft right now. Right now, they're slated to have the 13th pick in the draft. They have a 1% chance to get the number 1 pick, 4.8 to get a top 4. 4.8% chance to get a top 4 pick right now. Unbelievable. So we're going to be spamming Tankathon for the next couple of months. Getting the Mavs again a lot. Like the Mavs, like they get Cooper Flag and they're better. Like, it's just incredible. When will it be our turn? Keaton Wagler, you are bull. Like Keaton Wagler. I got doubt on his size. Pretty thin, but I mean, he's a hell of a basketball player. He's got a great feel for the game. A great year for the Illini.
Someone said Magic. First team.
Magic. Shout out to the Magic. Magic are in a tough spot. I mean, Banchero's having a bad year. Maybe he can turn it around. Kind of like that he's getting ripped on. Because hopefully, he needs to have a big offseason of learning how to shoot the basketball. I think that's where he's going to spend most of his time. We'll see.
The Bulls just signed Giddey just to trade him. Like, what are they doing there?
Nobody knows what the Bulls are doing. I mean, Collin Sexton is not a good piece. Jalen Smith's been good, but you should have traded him. Like, you could have got a second-round pick for him.
How bad can you get? You don't want to ask that question.
Yeah, it can't get worse. Oh, it can always get worse.
I don't think Giddey's going to end up getting traded. Jaden Ivey is a good move if he could find out himself again because he's been kind of having a down year with the Pistons.
Just also with the Bulls having all these guards, it's like you're not really going to give these guys a chance to develop. You're sharing minutes. As the Clippers, here we go. This is actually a big trade. Zubac heading to the Indiana Pacers. Wow. Clippers like blowing it up. The Los Angeles Clippers are trading Vaca Zubac to the Indiana Pacers. That's a big trade. Vaca Zubac going to the Indiana Pacers.
Trade Kawhi to the Spurs because why not?
Hopefully the Pacers can start winning some games here. That'd be sweet. Wonder what they gave up for Zoo.
Mathurin?
Mathurin, maybe? Yeah.
And Mathurin and Garland, that could be fun.
Kawhi. I love Zubac. Zubac's unbelievable.
Miles Turner, you are a bull.
Miles Turner. I don't know how you're going to get him. Zach LaVine, Domantas Sabonis are still on the Kings. Zubac going to the Pacers. That's interesting.
We're almost at 200 likes on Bulls, and we're almost at 300 likes on the main channel. If you guys go ahead, show some love to us, that'd be greatly appreciated.
So they'll get Zubac, Halliburton, Siakam next year. Wow. That's a big trade. We'll get that up on screen here in a second. Zubac going to the Zubac going to the Pacers here. What are the Clippers doing? It's great news for the Thunder. They have the Clippers pick. Vaca Zubac going to the Pacers. Details to be announced. We'll see. Oh my God, the Bulls are on Prime tonight. That's hilarious. National TV tonight for the Chicago Bulls.
Everyone gets to see every guard.
That's hilarious.
3 likes away on Bulls. 2 likes away on Maine.
Hit that thumbs up icon, everybody. See what they end up getting.
Bulls will not trade Modest.
No, Modest is untouchable. At least I hope.
It's kind of sad because Aya with the Chicago connection, and they moved on from him.
Literally spent his whole life in Chicago. Now he's going to Minnesota.
Here's the updated trade.
Yeah, Vaca Zubac going to the Pacers. Curious what they gave up. No reports yet.
For the people that are saying you trade Modest, what would you trade him for? A realistic trade. It can't be like, oh, I'll go ahead and trade him for SGA.
It's incredible.
I would think the Clippers get some picks in return.
Maybe. I mean, Zoo's got some trade value. I mean, let me look up his contract real quick. It's on a 3-year, $58 million deal. Still under contract for the next 2 seasons, so they got to match that $20 million salary. I think you're right, Dylan, because he's making $18 million this year. I'm pretty sure. Bennedict, Mathurin contract. No, he's still on his rookie scale deal, so let me just look up the Pacers salary cap table here. Could have been Nembhard. I mean, I doubt they give up Andrew Nembhard. Obi Toppin. Maybe they give up Mathurin 9 and McConnell. That would match. We'll see. Once we get these details, we'll let you guys know. We'll see. We'll see what the Clippers got in return. I mean, they're getting Hallie back, Zubac in the middle. They have depth, and they're getting a top 5 pick.
Yeah, ESPN, I don't even know what the heck they're doing right now.
They're showing the Cavs roster.
That's why you subscribe to us, though.
Yeah, is there a chance Kawhi could get traded here at the deadline?
Because we're actually talking about the trade deadline. We're not playing games or doing whatever this is.
They're spinning wheels. Like, I don't know. Is he going for... Could be Obi Toppin and Mathurin plus first-round picks. Wow. There's been one team in the Eastern Conference that hasn't made a trade. Miami Heat. Baseball news. 2-time reigning American Cy Young Tariq Skubal won his arbitration case and will make $32 million this year. So make $13 million more than the Tigers originally wanted.
Could still get traded, too. They just got Framber Valdez last night.
Yeah, that was a big pickup.
Does Kawhi have a no trade clause? I feel like he would.
He definitely does.
Someone's saying Jake Fisher just tweeted something.
Jake Fisher, tweet trust. It is going to be Bennedict Mathurin going to the Clippers.
That's a pretty solid move for the Clippers.
And I wonder if there's draft capital involved.
Oh, look, we're finally talking about it.
Yeah. All right, so we got the full trade details here. Yeah, Mathurin going to the Clippers. I doubt they get the 2026 pick. Zubac going to the Pacers. Mathurin going to the Clippers. TBD on what the draft capital is. Breaking the Bulls are trading Benny the Bull for a 2039 second-round pick. Yep.
First-round picks are in this.
2 first-round picks going to Los Angeles. You just say they gave up their
2 first-rounders?
wow. Sounds like it's 2 first. Wendy speculating if a Kawhi Leonard trade could be happening this summer. Wow. Yeah, they traded Harden, Zubac, Thunder. I mean, they got to be thrilled. What's going on, Keno? Saying, why is AK and Billy allowed to start another roster rebuild? It's because the Reinsdorfs don't want to fire these guys and pay off their contracts. They're just going to let them expire. It's probably the simplest answer to that. I mean, it is a complete joke. What the Bulls have done over the last week. I like that they're rebuilding. I like that they're finally selling these guys, but the capital you got is just an absolute joke, man. Full details are in on this trade.
Wow.
So it's 2 first-round picks, Isaiah Jackson, Bennedict Mathurin, and a second-round pick.
I think the Clippers are winning the deadline.
Yeah, Clippers it's a good haul for them. 2 good young players, multiple firsts. It's a good pickup. I want to see the exact protections on these picks.
The Pacers have been, middle of the pack team?
You said what?
The Pacers have been like a middle of the pack team this year.
Pacers got 13 wins this year. Pacers are probably going to have a top 5 pick. That's why I really doubt if they gave up that 2026. People are saying, it's protected 1 through 4. So Pacers they're going to be really tanking hard. Protected pick 1 through 4, I believe.
So if it's anywhere outside of that, the Clippers get the pick.
Yeah, I mean they possibly could have gotten the 5th pick for Zubac. Zubac's a hell of a player, but I think it's a good trade for both teams. 2 firsts for Zoo, and the Bulls couldn't get 1 first. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Gerald saying, I think the Bulls are done trading. I think they are too. We'll see. I mean, still 32 minutes remaining. See if anything else happens.
Michael came in.
Shout out to Michael. Shout out my boy Bryce. He likes goldfish. Shout out to Bryce. Goldfish fan. Kobe Brown also in the deal. Can we get the protections on these picks, por favor? 2 first rounders and Mathurin for Zoo.
Who are the names that we're still waiting on, supposedly?
Clippers are receiving a 2026 first from the Pacers, protected 1 through 4. Wow. Oh, it's protected 1 through 4 and 10 through 30. And an unprotected pick in 2029. So the Clippers only get this pick if it's between 5 through 9. That could be a steal for LA if it falls in between there.
It's a big risk that the Pacers are taking.
Yeah. Will the Bulls make any more trades? We'll see. I mean, this is a pretty good trade for both teams, I think.
And the Bulls have made the most trades out of any team.
Yeah. Got nothing.
DeAndre coming in saying fire AK, all these centers, and we can't get one.
Yeah. Unreal. Hey, 500 people watching. If you guys could hit that subscribe button here on our Bulls channel. Make sure you guys are locked in. We'll have a video coming out later talking about all the Bulls trades. Overall, I think just not a good deadline for Chicago, but we'll break it all down. Bulls will be on Prime Video tonight, funny enough, so that'll be something. As we are less than 30 minutes away from the deadline. If you guys do hit that subscribe button, your name will pop up right here, so hit that sub button today. Help us reach 14,300 subs. Just need 19 more of you guys to do so. So if you guys could, hit that sub button today. Help us out. Daily Bulls videos here. We'll break it all down here on the channel. 12-year-old is so bummed. Taken to his first Bulls game later this month. Io and Kobe are his favorites. You are going to be watching a bad basketball team. I feel bad for you. We'll see what happens here for the rest of the deadline. But hit that sub button. Appreciate you guys. 15 subs away now from 14,300. So help us out. Hit that sub button. Less than 30 minutes away. Less than 30 minutes away. We'll talk about some winners and losers right after the deadline. We'll break it all down. See what happens as we close out the NBA trade deadline here. Rosters will be set for the rest of the season.
Five subs away from 14,300.
So if the Clippers don't get this pick, 5 through 9, it conveys to a 2031 unprotected first. Interesting. This is what I wanted. I did not want them to trade Io for Rob Dillingham in 4 seconds. So that was the Bulls' best asset, and they got nothing there. So not too happy about that. Obviously wanted the Bulls to reset, but I thought they would have gotten more value back. I don't know. If you guys are subscribed to our channels here, give me those me's down below, and we will give you guys some shout outs in the live chat.
See, Wright with a me, Zachary with a me, perfectly looped with a me in Bulls. We also got Joey, Jacob, PHX, Glenn, Yada TV, Homer Sox fan, Ty Man, holding it down as always. Joanne with a me.
Unbelievable.
Armand with a me. I'm the king of roots, says me.
I mean, Zubac pretty much got 2 unprotected first and a young player in Bennedict Mathurin. The Bulls going to get a first for Io Dosunmo. Unbelievable.
We are just 3 subs away from 428K. Make that 2.
Come on. Hit that sub button. 2 more people to hit 428K. Come on. Hit that subscribe button. Let's do it.
1 more.
Come on. There we go. 428. Shout out to all of you guys down below. Appreciate you for hanging out with us. It's funny, we go live right as we're pretty much live. Shams tweets out, "Oh, Giannis isn't getting traded." Pretty much puts the whole trade deadline to bed. Still got 22 minutes. See if anything else happens. Apparently, the Pacers tried to make a run at Walker Kessler. Now, Kessler will be a restricted free agent this summer.
Bulls taking applications for a player to join their team.
Yeah, honestly. Now the Charlotte Hornets are trading Tyus Jones to the Dallas Mavericks for Malachi Branham.
Mavericks not done.
Mavericks make one more move. All right, do you want to hold it down here one last time? I'll be back in about 2 minutes. If you guys could, hit that thumbs up icon. We'll be back here in 2 minutes. Appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. I'll be back here in 2 minutes.
Give some more shout outs to you guys. If you go ahead, hit that thumbs up icon. So it's kind of been not much since the big Mathurin move. Mavericks just made a trade that we'll get up on the screen for a second. Yeah, I don't think the Mavericks are going to go ahead and make that same mistake of trading a superstar, but who knows? Maybe Nico is still somewhere around the organization. Why'd the Bulls trade for 37 guards? That's a great question. I don't really have an answer. It's really just that's the way the Bulls have been operating, and they think it's going to work. Who knows? Hashtag boycott. That's pretty good. But here's the recent trade that came in. Tyus Jones going to the Dallas Mavericks and Malachi Branham going to the Charlotte Hornets. Clippers did a better job than the Bulls. The Bulls, their deadline this year was very interesting because they're like half selling, but they're also buying at the same time on a couple guys. The Clippers and the Bulls are two polar opposite franchises right now, though, because the Clippers understand what they're doing and the Bulls don't.
Tyus Jones. Minnesota legend, actually. Oh, what a deadline. Were they buying on the Minnesota guy? No. If it go get Ja Morant, I hope the Bulls don't.
Add another guard.
The Bucks and Suns have expanded the 3-team deal as Ousmane Dieng to Milwaukee and Nick Richards to Chicago. Nick Richards will be going to the Bulls. Alrighty, I like that. That's a good pickup for Chicago. Now a 3-team deal as Ousmane Dieng to Milwaukee and Nick Richards to Chicago. Alrighty, so Nick Richards, what is his contract? Nick Richards, he's on a 3-year, $15 million deal. Bulls needed a big. Ousmane Dieng. So he's just got a 1-year expiring deal left. I mean, Nick's a big. The Bulls needed a big. So Nick Richards to Chicago. He's a very athletic big guy. You seeing the Bulls trade?
No, it's not there.
Nick Richards to the Chicago Bulls. They need a big guy. Three-team deal. Might be in the original Ousmane Dieng one. Ousmane Dieng.
No.
Ends up going to Milwaukee, and Nick Richards to the Chicago Bulls. The Bucks and Suns have expanded the three-team trade to include Bulls will get Nick Richards now. All right, here it is. Ousmane Dieng to the Bucks. And the Bulls get Nick Richards. So Nick Richards now to Chicago. Hey, is somebody able to... Can you ask anybody if they're able to step in on main? If I can just go at home this video.
I don't know. We're all kind of.
They got a center.
I would add channel and see.
Okay.
Yeah, just add channel. Say, can someone cover me real quick while I do this as a
No, Nick Richards is still a center.
Nick Richards, the Bulls get a big. Not going to be any of the guards that they normally get. And Ousmane Dieng goes to the Bucks.
Was this the Bulls' like 6th trade?
7th now.
7th.
Alrighty. Bulls finally get their big. Bulls fans will be blessed with Harrison Graham going to be stepping in here. We're going to go get a video out here quickly on this Nick Richards trade. Cool.
He'll be able to do like 12 to 15.
Yeah, I'll be able to just knock it out.
Come back. Yeah. Cool. You'll be in here in a minute.
Cool.
Bulls definitely tanking this season. Yeah, Nick Richards.
Back on main. Oh, man. So the Bulls get Nick Richards here. Added to this 3-team deal. Blockbuster day in the NBA.
Do you need your headset?
No, I'm just going to go at home. Yeah. All right, Harrison Graham's going to take over. Then we'll be back here in about 10, 15 minutes.
Are you sitting for some of this? All right. You guys can never get rid of me here on Maine. All right. Talk a little trade deadline. Probably cover you guys off until the deadline passes. And then Seeps is going to hop back. I think he's going to do winners and losers coming up. Let me pull up the chat here. Give me a second. So Tyus Jones, do we have full details on this one, Dilly?
Yeah, we do.
All right, Tyus Jones was just traded for Malachi Branham. I think the Hornets have created a trade exception in this trade as well. $7 million. The Mavericks have been linked to Tyus Jones for like ever, and now they finally get him. So that is certainly interesting. 11 minutes left. I don't know if we're going to get any more blockbuster trades. Maybe a couple of small ones. I'd say Ja Morant's the one guy to maybe watch down the stretch here as we bring you home to the 3 o'clock Eastern deadline. My computer does not want to cooperate very well in here, so I'll get the chat pulled up eventually. All right, you guys let me know what's been the best trade so far. Let us know in the live chat. We got about 10 minutes or so left till the deadline passes. Patrick Seatman will be back on here in about 15 minutes to do a little winners and losers. Best trade so far. I think the most interesting one today, I guess, has been... What have you guys talked about the most today, Dilly?
I'd say Io was a big one for them.
That, and then maybe the Zubats one.
The Zubats one is pretty big because the pick that the Clippers are getting back. So the first rounder, if it's 5 through 9, the Clippers get the pick. But if it's 1 through 4 or like 10 through 30.
I've never seen that, by the way.
Yeah.
Like a dual protection. That's a very specific protected pick. So that is fascinating. Obviously, the Harden-Garland swap didn't happen today, but that's a notable one. That took place a couple days ago. Finally got the chat here, so let's see what the people are saying. We got how many people we got watching live here? Almost 800.
Bulls, we have 500, and on Maine, we have around 800.
Let's go. All right. Zubats to the Pacers. That felt kind of random too. Like, I guess part of that trade is for next year when they get Halliburton back because they lost Miles Turner. So they get a big back for the future. Zubats is obviously having a great year here. Kennard to the Lakers is a steal. Krypton says, yeah, he's a good shooter, and LeBron and Luka create open looks. So I do like that fit. Jalen Jackson to the Jazz, by far best trade. Jalen Jackson to the Jazz. I hate the Warriors' moves. Yeah, we'll see if Porzingis can do anything. Big Latrell says Harden to the Cavs.
Mutually beneficial for each team.
Yeah, the Clippers clearly didn't want to give them the 2-year max. And
Garland's a good player.
Yeah. And in the short term, maybe Harden's an upgrade for. There was also a report that apparently Mitchell and Harden are going to try to recruit LeBron this offseason. Play one last year in Cleveland. So, see if that happens. I don't think those three really fit together that well, but
I mean, that's kind of similar to what the Nets tried to do a couple of years ago with KD and Kyrie, and
Then they brought in Harden.
yeah.
They like never played together. Yeah, we'll see. I could see LeBron going back to Cleveland for like a retirement tour year, though. That part of it wouldn't shock me. All right, we got a super chat. Harrison, my guy, FGB, but finally a center. Yeah, so who did the Bulls just got?
They got Nick Richards.
Nick Richards. They entered that trade to make it a 3-teamer. Not seeing anything new since then. That's kind of the last piece of news as we're coming down the wire here. Giannis is not going to get traded at this point in time. Maybe Ja Morant, but not holding my breath on that one. So coming down to it here. We'll see if a couple more trickle in as we're kind of down to the wire for the 2026 NBA trade deadline.
Shams was trying to hype up Giannis all this deadline, and then just this morning he's just like 3 hours before, it's not happening.
Yeah, like what? I get the news, so you got to report it, but it's like you couldn't like do that at like 1:30.
Yeah.
Give your content creators some hope. Come on. Yeah, that was brutal. That was brutal. It's been a busy few days, but that kind of sucked the air out of today a little bit. Okay, Vincent, hi Harrison, rare treat to have you here. Thoughts on Bulls trades? I feel like it's a big fat L. I think it's kind of a win and a loss at the same time. The win is that Arturas is finally committing to some level of a rebuild. The loss is that they're just not getting great return. Like they can't get a first-round pick for any of these moves. To not get a 1 for Io stinks. Second-round picks in the NBA, like teams just don't value them. So sure, the Bulls have picked up 9 of them, but so what? Like you're gonna find just 6 diamonds in the rough in the second round of these drafts. Like they'll probably trade some of those picks to try and get other players in the future. So, yeah, I mean it's past time to commit to a rebuild, but it's unfortunate they waited too long on a lot of these guys over the last few years to not get a better return because they were kind of delusional, thinking they could compete when they've just kind of been stuck in purgatory for several years now. So. That'll mean the rebuild will take longer. You got to hope if you're the Bulls to just get lucky on lottery night and get one of those top 4 ping pong ball picks. You can get into the top 4 in this draft. I mean, it's loaded. You've got Peterson, Domantas, Boozer. I know Seeps is high on the kid what's the kid out of Arizona's name?
It's like Cole Pete or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I forget his name. He likes him a lot. So if you can get in one of those top 4 picks, you're guaranteed to get one of those guys. So. We'll see if the Bulls can get lucky. Okay, we caught up on super chats. I think under 5 minutes. Here we go. Is Wendy on the panel this year? Because last year Brian Windhorst. Oh yeah, he is. Better suit this year. Last year Wendy's suit. He had a black shirt, a like fluorescent blue jacket, and like an orange tie. I thought it was Halloween. For Windhorse last year. Better look this year. All right, will another player get traded, and if so, who will it be? Heat made no moves. Yeah, I'm sure Rolly's having the time of his life on the Heat report right now. I'm sure he's having the time of his life.
They're the only team in the East that hasn't made a move yet.
Classic Pat Riley. Chris Haynes just reported that the Clippers are not going to trade Kawhi. So any thought of that is off the board at this point. No Kawhi trade. 5th year in a row watching you guys at the deadline. We're here every year. Appreciate it, Chester. We appreciate it. Always go live for these big events. NBA trade deadline, free agency, the draft. Same with the NFL, of course. So hit that subscribe button if you guys haven't up to this point. All right. 3.5 minutes. We shall see if anything shakes here over the last few minutes here. Did they hit the record number of trades? Was that a talking point you guys were discussing?
No, I don't think they got close.
I'm guessing not, yeah. I mean, it's been busy, but like some years,
it got
like before this new CBA,
yeah,
you would see like 20 trades sometimes on deadline day.
I mean, we checked a little while ago. it was like 7 trades, and I think like 5 more have come in since. So I think they're around like 12.
Just today or
Yeah,
since?
just today.
That's still pretty good. But yeah, definitely not the record. TikTok, yep. We are coming down to it here. We are coming down to it. 2.5 minutes. Lost respect for ESPN. They hype all these trades and none of them happen. That's why you subscribe here. That's why you subscribe here. No Giannis trade. Do you think they trade him this offseason?
I think it really depends on what Giannis wants to do.
Yeah, it feels like my take on Giannis, he doesn't want to be the guy that requests a trade.
Yeah.
Which I get, but like then you have to like fully commit to the Bucks, and it doesn't feel like he's doing that either. So he's got 1 year left in his deal after this year. So if he doesn't sign an extension, that's kind of requesting a trade without requesting a trade.
Yeah.
Because like if you're the Bucks, are you going to risk him hitting free agency and get nothing for him? I don't think you can do that.
I mean, they have to get some sort of value for him. And you could get like a boatload of draft capital. So if they just let him walk and then that's a terrible move
awful.
by the front office.
I think what they'll do this offseason is they will offer him a supermax, and if he says no, then they'll trade him. That would be my guess. And that's kind of his get-out-of-jail-free card. Like, he doesn't have to request a trade, but he can also just not sign an extension. So I'm guessing that's what happens. You guys let me know. Does Giannis get traded in the offseason? It's not going to happen today, but does it happen before next season? Giannis trade at draft. You know what would be interesting, Dilly? Would one of those teams that could get one of these rookie stars just trade that pick for Giannis and maybe like one other first? Like if you had the second pick, would you trade the second pick and then like a future first for Giannis?
I still wouldn't. I mean, let me think about this. So if it's the team that's getting Giannis, you do that in a heartbeat.
Okay.
But for the Bucks, I don't think you do that.
I'd be tempted only because you're basically resetting with one of these stars and he's 12 years younger. But I hear your point. He'd probably be better off just doing one of those like 6 first-round picks and 3 swaps trades. But I wonder, like, I'll throw a team out there. Like, would the Pacers make an offer like that, knowing they're getting Halliburton back? Like, hey, we'll trade you the 3rd pick, and how about 2 future ones for Giannis? Because that's a team picking high that could contend as soon as next year. Especially if they get Giannis to go with Halliburton and now Zubats.
Yeah, also with the Eastern Conference being as open as it is, I mean, if you take Giannis away from the Bucks, it's really just a race between now the Pacers, the Knicks. Well, that's if they get Giannis.
Depends
Pacers.
who gets Giannis, yeah. Like,
yeah.
Whoever gets Giannis plus, like, the top 2 or 3 teams that don't have him, like the Knicks, the Celtics.
Yeah, the Celtics will be in
Pistons.
the mix still. But time is up.
Deadline's passed. Sometimes a couple trickle in right after that they just weren't reported on yet. So we will see. But the deadline is here.
Who you guys think had the best trade deadline overall?
Best trade deadline. You got any thoughts on this, Dilly?
I liked what the Clippers did. I think getting younger was the move for them since they got rid of Harden. They moved off of Zubac, brought in Mathurin, got Garland.
2 firsts for Zubats, too, is pretty good.
I would also say I liked what the Grizzlies did because they know they're not going anywhere. They got off Triple J and got also 3 first-round picks with it. So
they'll probably trade Ja this offseason, too.
Yeah.
Maybe he plays well down the stretch and his value goes back up a little bit because it felt like the reporting was that the value on him was pretty low.
And I'd say like the Timberwolves. Like Ayo Dosunmu is a great player. You've got a guy to complement Ant.
Yeah. If you're not going to get Giannis, I mean, that's a nice little kind of just secondary move, secondary addition.
Wolves fans switching to be Timberwolves fans.
Jake Fisher says, no Domantas Sabonis trade. He is sticking in Sacramento. I didn't even know he was a player that could be moved.
And the Kings trade all their players all the time.
They're so bad. They're such a joke. Like, did you see that report? They apparently really want R.J. Barrett. It's like, why? he's just an okay NBA player. So no Sabonis trade. Stick with us. Patrick Seatman's going to hop back in here in a few minutes and do winners and losers. Just messaged me. Okay, yeah, he said he's wrapping up, so he will be here any minute here.
The Bulls were the most active team by far.
And got 0 ones. Freaking Bulls, man.
I mean, Rob Dillingham is what you got in return for Dosunmo, pretty much.
That's brutal. What, they get 4 seconds?
Yeah, 4 seconds plus. I mean, in total, I think they have like 14 seconds.
They have 14 seconds now. They're like the Thunder for second-round picks.
You can't do anything with
I
those,
know. So you're nothing. That's tough. That is tough. Not seeing anything trickle in. I think we're probably done here. Definitely no big ones. If there was a big trade that went down late, that would be reported on by now. Thanks to everybody for being here. Hit that thumbs up icon if you want to support the stream. And if you've enjoyed the show, again, Seeps will get some deadline winners and losers, and then he will sign off. But don't go anywhere, as he is about to hop back in and knock that out. So stick with us here.
I mean, the losers at the deadline is a bit more tricky because you can never really evaluate it until they actually perform. But, I mean, the Heat doing nothing.
They're losers.
Is it? I would say they're up there.
Are the Bucks losers for just like, I guess like keeping Giannis isn't a bad thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's kind of a weird one. All right, Seeps is coming back in. He'll take you guys through some winners and losers at the deadline. What a deadline.
What a deadline. Shame Shermania.
Need help posting that? All right. Yes, sir.
Alrighty. Dive into some winners and losers here. NBA trade deadline. Trade deadline, that's for sure. Yeah, Bulls had Nick Richards, who just posted a video out there on the Bulls Report. Appreciate Harrison Graham for stepping in, holding it down for us. Yeah, Bulls had their big guy, Nick Richards, on a 1-year, $5 million deal. Dosunmo going to the Timberwolves. It is what it is with the Bulls, man. It is what it is. Yeah, we'll dive into these winners and losers here. Just do it in the winners and losers. Let me just check that. Yeah. All right, you just want to rip it? All right, we'll talk about some winners and losers here. Thoughts on the Warriors' moves? Pretty disappointed. Needed to get Steph some help, and they did not do that. All right, we'll do some winners and losers here. Then we'll get on out of here. The Brooklyn Nets are waiving Cam Thomas. Alrighty. Talk about it. Dive into the winners and losers here. Cam Thomas getting waived. Who will pick up Cam Thomas? Usman Dang. Bulls bringing Cam Thomas. Had another guard. You'd fit the bill. You would fit the bill for sure. All right, we'll talk about the winners and losers here. The Kings hang on to Sabonis, LaVine, and DeRozan. All righty. 3 points per game, 3 rebounds per game for Nick Richards. The Bulls do nothing after picking up 13 guards at the deadline. Cam Thomas officially bought out, or officially being waived by the Brooklyn Nets, so he'll probably be a top buyout guy for a lot of teams. Dive into some winners and losers here. Stay tuned. Here at the NBA trade deadline. If you guys could subscribe to the channel. Stay posted with all the latest around the NBA, NFL draft, and NFL. Hit that sub button. Help us out. Alrighty, here we go. Let's dive into some winners and losers from the NBA draft. So we get to each team, just fly through the trades. Then we will just cycle through them all at the end. Yeah. Alrighty, here we go. Winners and losers heading your guys' way. Let's do it. What's going on, NBA fans? You guys are watching NBA Now by Chat Sports. And coming up on today's show, we got some winners and losers from the 2026 NBA trade deadline. A lot of trades were made. Unfortunately, there was no Giannis Antetokounmpo trade as the Milwaukee Bucks decided to stand pat and not trade him heading into the NBA trade deadline. So we'll go through 3 winners, 3 losers on today's show. But if you guys could hit that subscribe button, we'll keep you guys posted with the latest around the NBA, NFL, and the NFL draft as well. So if you guys want some of the best sports content out there, I don't know if you guys were watching ESPN during their trade deadline coverage. It was an absolute joke. That's why you guys should subscribe to Chat Sports. We get you guys the best sports content out there. So hit that subscribe button today and join the Chat Sports family. All right, so I think the biggest winner for the 2026 NBA trade deadline in terms of increasing their odds to win the title this season were the Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota Timberwolves were able to acquire Dosunmo from the Chicago Bulls, and they didn't have to give up much. Only had to give up Rob Dillingham, who was not even in the rotation, Leonard Miller, not in the rotation, and they only had to give up 4 second-round picks. This was an absolute steal. Dosunmo was one of the better players in the NBA at the guard spot, elite two-way guy, elite in transition, and the guy's shooting 45% from downtown this season. So the Timberwolves now can deploy a backcourt, Anthony Edwards, Dosunmo, and Dante DiVincenzo. I think this is a big-time pickup for the Timberwolves, so I'll have them as my biggest winner for the 2026 deadline. Now, the second winner here, I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Clippers on this one, and for their ability to trade Ivica Zubac. I think they got an absolute haul for him, and the Clippers clearly did not have pretty much any control over their own first-round draft capital for future years, but they were able to get a young, exciting piece in Bennedict Mathurin. Also were able to acquire Darius Garland from the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they got 2 first-round picks. They got an unprotected pick in 2030 from the Indiana Pacers, and then also the other first-round pick they got, it is top 1 through 4 protected and top 10, or then it's protected 10 through 30. So let's just say, for example, the Pacers, bad basketball team this year. They have 13 wins. If that pick lands between 5 through 9, the Clippers just picked up an unbelievable pick in an unbelievable draft class in 2027. But if it doesn't convey this year, it will turn into a 2031 unprotected first-round pick. So they got a 2029 unprotected first from Indiana, potentially an unprotected 2031 pick, or it could be next year between picks 5 through 9. You're also able to move off James Harden and pick up a young and exciting guard in Darius Garland. Like, clearly the Clippers, even though they had to hold on to Kawhi Leonard here at the deadline, I also think there is possibly a chance that Kawhi could be dealt this summer. But I think what they did of just, kind of pulling themselves out of a potential future gutter here in the NBA, I thought the Clippers did a fantastic, fantastic job. And then also, I think the Utah Jazz picking up Jaren Jackson was a fantastic move for them. Obviously, Jaren Jackson signed that mega deal with the Memphis Grizzlies this past offseason, but I think them picking him up, and now you have the core of Keontae George, Jaren Jackson, Lauri Markkanen, Walker Kessler. They could look to move Walker Kessler this summer. They actually turned down a deal from the Indiana Pacers, but I like that move from the Jazz. And the 3 first-rounders they gave up, they still have their pick for 2026. So the Jazz, I think they're going to go full tank mode here for the remainder of the season, get in elite prospects in the 2026 draft. You still have Ace Bailey, who they drafted last year. So this deal was a steal. Now, this deal of them picking up Lonzo Ball, probably going to end up being a buyout guy. That's also why they got cash considerations there. So that one didn't really move the needle too much for Utah. But still, them picking up Jaren Jackson, I thought was a big-time move for Utah. So they come in at number 3 for me. Also, a lot of other teams I thought made some good moves there. But the big 3 I had were the Timberwolves, the Clippers, being able to add future draft capital, plus 2 young players in Bennedict Mathurin and Darius Garland. Then I like the Jazz pickup of Jaren Jackson. They have a good young core there in Utah as they finally start to go all in on winning some basketball games here. But you guys let me know, who's your biggest winner from the NBA trade deadline? Drop that team's name down below in the comment section. For me, it's the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think the pickup of Dosunmo was absolutely fantastic. Now we'll dive into some losers here in just a second, but I got to tell you guys about today's presenting sponsor, and that is Prize Picks. Now the big game is almost here, and there's no better way to cash in during America's biggest sporting event than Prize Picks, where it always feels good to be right. And since the big game is right around the corner, it also means it's your last chance to get into the football action before next season. So close the season outright with Prize Picks by getting $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Prize Picks also has a sweet community tab where it allows you guys to find your community on Prize Picks. The new social feeds feature, you can share Prize Picks with your friends and copy lineups from winners with a single click. Copy lineups you like or use them as inspiration for your own picks You can even follow Prize Pick partners like us and tail or fade our picks with just one click. And for the big game, they have a max discount going on right now where one Drake May passing yard will get you guys one win on Prize Pick. So make sure you guys include this into all of your lineups before the big game this Sunday and download the Prize Picks app today. Plug in promo code CLNS. Get hooked up with $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's promo code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. But shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's show. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. All right, I think the biggest loser of this NBA trade deadline, no doubt for me, is the Chicago Bulls. Now, if you guys don't know, I'm a diehard Chicago Bulls fan, and I have been pounding the table for the Bulls to finally restart and enter a rebuild. So you may be saying, well, Patrick, that's exactly what they did. Why are you upset and calling them the biggest loser? Well, the Chicago Bulls, in terms of the draft capital they got back for trading away a lot of their players, just wasn't cutting it, in my opinion. Now, this trade, the Dario Saric trade, okay, pretty much a nothing burger. You got 2 second-round picks, ended up trading Dario in a future trade. Okay, that's fine. No issues there. Even this trade, didn't mind this at all. You're able to get Jaden Ivey and Mike Conley. Ended up rerouting Mike Conley to the Charlotte Hornets. And you're taking a chance at a guy like Jaden Ivey, who has shown some potential so far in the NBA, and you only gave up Kevin Huerter, so I didn't mind this one. Even this one, I love this trade for Nikola Vucevic. You're able to get a second-round pick, which is also a high second-round pick, will probably convey to the New Orleans Pelicans second-rounder, and you only had to give up Vuce, who was on an expiring deal. But then the Bulls, for trading Kobe White, you got 3 second-rounders, Collin Sexton, and Ousmane Dieng. Now, Ousmane Dieng ended up getting rerouted to the Milwaukee Bucks, and the Bulls were able to get Nick Richards in that deal. But still, 3 second-rounders for Kobe White, that's all you could get. Not good value. Now, this is when it started to go downhill, and this is why I think the Bulls are the biggest losers of the deadline. This trade, from a process perspective, might be the most boneheaded move I've seen in NBA history. So the Bulls, they're tanking. Clearly, they're not trying to win games for the rest of the season. So you would think they would want all the expiring deals they can get. Dalen Terry was on an expiring contract. What did the Bulls do? They traded Dalen Terry for Guerschon Yabusele. Yabusele has a player option next year. He'll pick that $5 million up. Why the hell would you do that move? Didn't understand that, but the icing on the cake and the biggest reason why the Bulls are losers here was the haul they got for Ayo Dosunmu. Ayo Dosunmu, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated players in the NBA. And all you got was Rob Dillingham, Leonard Miller, and 4 second-round picks. That's it. I think that was a joke. Didn't understand that one whatsoever. I think you could have got more, considering a guy like Zubac got traded for Bennedict Mathurin and 2 first-round picks, so that didn't make sense. And then the Bulls, finally got a center in Nick Richards. But I think the biggest reason why I called them losers is just because the Dalen Terry trade and the Ayo Dosunmu trade, and the Bulls, they have 14 second-round picks over the next 7 seasons, but 7 of those aren't until 2030, 31, and 32. Bulls are my biggest losers. Also, the Golden State Warriors. I want to say the Golden State Warriors should apologize to Steph Curry for what they have done for him over the last couple years of his career. Since they won the title in 2022, it has been a disaster in terms of them trying to build out a roster around Steph. Now, last night, they traded Jonathan Kuminga, Buddy Hield for Kristaps Porzingis. Congratulations. Kristaps Porzingis played 17 games this season. He's been one of the most injury-riddled superstars in the NBA over the last couple of years. Will he even play for Golden State? I think overall, your roster got worse. This trade makes no sense to me. I don't understand why they didn't go out there and maybe try to go get a Zubac. Like, go get a legit center. Go do something to help out Steph Curry after Jimmy Butler went down. Now, Steph, I don't even know if the Warriors are going to make the playoffs. So I think they did an incredible disservice to him. They also traded Trace Jackson-Davis. I think that's just because they had a log jam at the center position. But you got a second-round pick in 2026 for that. So I didn't understand that at all from Golden State side. Just really, really unfortunate of what went down here at the deadline for Warriors fans and for me being a Steph Curry fan. But I think the biggest loser is NBA fans. And, this league, there was a lot of moving parts this year. Like, it wasn't the least entertaining NBA trade deadline by any means. But I think we were all hoping that Giannis would get traded. And now we have 2 of the biggest superstars in the game, with the Warriors and Steph Curry, and the Bucks with Giannis probably not going to be in the playoffs. And it is so funny where Shams Charania, over the last 8 months, has been just pounding the table. This is it. Giannis is going to get traded. Giannis is going to get traded. Nothing ever happens. I think Shams is one of the biggest clickbaiters out there. And it is an absolute crime that Giannis now is still in Milwaukee. I mean, they're going to try to somehow get some lottery luck. Maybe that will convince Giannis to stay here, but I just think NBA fans are the biggest losers, or the third biggest losers, in my opinion. It's just unfortunate that Giannis didn't get traded because it would have been a very, very entertaining NBA trade deadline. So let's just close it out here, wrap it up with going over all the trades. We could quickly fly through these. Tyus Jones ended up going to the Dallas Mavericks for Malachi Branham. And then a massive trade here, probably the biggest trade over the last couple of hours, was Ivica Zubac going to the Indiana Pacers, which is, I think, in my opinion, a good trade for both teams. I think the Pacers, I mean, next year, if that pick does fall in the top 4, you potentially get like Darren Peterson. You got Hallie coming back, Siakam, Zubac, Nesmith, Nembhard, all the depth they have. So I like this trade for both ball clubs. This is a pretty big-time deal. But then Eric Gordon heading to Memphis Grizzlies for just some second-round pick swaps in 2032. This pretty much just opens the roster spot up for Philadelphia. Same thing with the Boston Celtics trade. They're opening up a roster spot to try to add one of these buyout guys, which we'll have a video coming out later on the top buyout candidates. But then Hunter Tyson, same thing for the Denver Nuggets. Like these second-round picks just get thrown around in the NBA for these guys to open up roster spots, and that's what the Nuggets did here. The New York Knicks, good move. They traded for Dalen Terry from the Chicago Bulls, rerouted him to New Orleans, plus 2 second-round picks and cash for Jose Alvarado. Looking like Deuce McBride might be out for the remainder of the season, so they needed another guard off the bench. So I thought that was a good move for New York. And then the Celtics, again, clearing roster spots here, sent Chris Boucher to the Utah Jazz. Luke Kennard going to the Los Angeles Lakers for Gabe Vincent and a second-rounder. So Luka gets another shooter around him, so I like that move for Los Angeles. And Tyus Jones originally got traded to the Charlotte Hornets, then obviously went to the Dallas Mavericks after that, but the Magic got cash considerations for that one. That was the latest there on Tyus Jones being traded to Charlotte, but a massive trade that broke last night. James Harden and Darius Garland being swapped. I will say I think the Cavs are viewing this as a shorter window for them to go all in on this Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley era here in Cleveland. So that was another one that went down, blockbuster there as well. But then also the Grizzlies Jazz trade. Like I was saying, I thought this was a great trade for both teams. Grizzlies getting a bunch of future draft capital, and also the Jazz getting Jaren Jackson. Anthony Davis ended up getting shipped to the Washington Wizards, where they're going to try to build around him and Trae Young. And then the Mavs were able to get 2 first-rounders. One's an OKC pick. I think the other one's a 2030 Warriors pick. That's top 20 protected. So those are the latest moves there. But you guys let me know, who's the biggest trade deadline loser? I think it was the Chicago Bulls. They finally tried to rebuild and reset. Ended up not working out. But you guys let me know your thoughts down below. And also hit that subscribe button on your way out. We keep you guys posted with the latest around the NBA, NFL draft. So hit that subscribe button today. Appreciate all of you guys for tuning in to today's show. Alrighty. We're going to hop on out of here. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Videos will be coming out here on Chat Sports and on the Bulls Report. But shout out to everybody for tuning in. NBA trade deadline 2026 wrapped up. See you guys next time. Appreciate all of you guys for tuning in.